I really do hate her. I hate her. I hate her.
She literally told me she hoped that unalived, and then now just wanted me to talk you into letting her have a box. Like, how do you do that?
You know, Jenna is a...
Oh, here she goes. She's gonna look up she's gonna look up a word. Big girl.
I hear you typing, Pam. I'm waiting.
Zionist.
Oh, she's a Zionist. There it goes. Everybody's a Zionist who doesn't like her.
So, but anyway, I'm going to talk about, I was in MJ's live that night. I was really trying to listen. But then I started getting attacked in her chat, right? I was being told to not be rude when people were being rude to me and I was responding. I fucking hate that. If I come in your chat, because I don't make it a habit, right, of coming in people's chats and being ignorant, all right? So if I'm in your motherfucking chat and people come at me and how I respond is a problem, your fucking mods are the problem. And I was muted and blocked on several accounts because of that little bitch crybaby Des that just wants to fight. And what I found so fucking interesting about this argument, because it did have to do with race, right? It did have to do with race. But what came back in my memory was that crybaby Des, was actually called out for using the N-word. So when I was like, well, we're having it and we're blaming one person and all these people are racist, but your mod literally got called out for that. I remember. But I'm the problem and I get muted and blocked?
You are a problem, yes. And you should always get muted and blocked. For defending myself
in a chat? Weird.
Oh, Pam's hurt because she got blocked and muted.
It's crazy how you're not allowed to defend yourself. Or my new thing is how people block you and then talk shit on you and then say, oh, I seen her come in my chat. No, and God bless and well, you blocked me. How am I in your chat?
It just, listen, because... And especially how MJ, like, comes across on her platform. Like, anybody can be there, anybody can take a box, anybody can have a voice, except me. Except fucking me.
Nobody wants to give you a voice because you don't know how to have an adult conversation. You can't have a conversation without yelling and swearing at people.
I could see, like, if I came in the chat and started going at fucking... I wasn't even paying no goddamn attention to that girl. That girl wants to fight, not me. I was in there listening to the conversation, to the discussion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To the discussion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was no reason for it.
Sure.
Yeah, much. It doesn't. FWA. It's fuck that bitch from the bottom to the top for me. I'm gonna say this because I actually do feel bad, and I shouldn't feel bad. I absolutely shouldn't feel bad because I showed that woman genuine, horrible for her family. The fact that woman, and here's the thing. If she was talking about wanting genuine support, she should be able to recognize genuine support. You should be able to recognize when somebody is being genuine. I'm sorry that you cannot. Also, I think you do things like you say my name because it's the popular thing to do. Like, don't make me block you again, TikTok straight snark, because people are gonna clap for that. You want to use those kinds of things, right? So it's fuck you from the bottom to the top. I don't give a fuck. I hope nobody comes in that bitch's lives no more, for real. I heard that woman talk about all these people are leaving. They don't come around no more. Well, how about you don't talk to nobody with any kind of fucking respect?
But weren't you friends with her? You know, and this is the funny thing, okay? FWA was like that all the time, okay? FWA has been like that forever. But remember, Snark was buddies with her.
But you can't even be fucking respectful.
Huh?
I can't understand why a woman's sitting there going, why ain't nobody ever coming in my... Because you're a fucking bitch.
That's why. Calling the kettle black. You used to be in her boxes. You were friends with her.
Private messaged me and was like, hey,
Master Choli, if you sent it, you sent me an email? Okay.
Could you use it?
Let me check. Hold on. Yeah, no, I know that much, Choli. Thank you.
Awesome,
when
great.
does that not happen?
Then next thing I know, somehow Megan's live got shared to her. And I go to send her another thank you message because I do that to people when they help me. I thank them more than once. And bam, I'm blocked. But I'm not blocked before she sends me 2 messages yelling at me for sharing Megan's live to her. So I private messaged her mod Trish and was like, hey, did FWA get the banana or did something happen? Like, I tried to message her and I couldn't. No response. Trish said, you're good. I'll talk to her and see what's going on. Nothing. So then next thing I know, I'm being drugged from one point of hell to the next across her platform about how she helped me and my family and how she...
I heard that. I could not fucking believe it.
She did that to me, this, that. And literally, all she said was, I blocked Breezy to protect her from being messed with. I didn't want her caught in the middle. But then it was, I blocked Breezy because she's a flip-flopper. I blocked her because she's this, that, and the other. So which is it, FWA? Did you block me to keep me out of the chaos? Or did you just block me because reason, my TikTok shares lives of people without me knowing? Furthermore, I didn't know I couldn't share Megan's live to you. She sent that food, and then she said, hey, there's some gifts coming for your child. Never once did I ask her for gifts for my child. Never once. I did not ever. She could not show anything where I ever
Welcome
asked
in, everybody.
her for gifts for my child.
It's the Unhinged Snarky Show, folks. It's the Unhinged Snarky Phone. Show. Now, I wasn't going to stream her. I was waking up nice and calmly today after going to bed very late. And, again, it's somebody who I haven't discussed because she hasn't been on, and quite honestly, she's not worth it. She was talking about me. So, so I decided to stream her, so.
You under the bus for it.
Yes.
I don't get that part at all.
Yes.
But I do see that happen quite a bit on the app as well, though.
So then back in July when I was in the hospital and she offered, she was doing a Win It Wednesday for her chat. And I won.
Exactly. It's a really, I'm doing it for the people, Nikki. I'm doing it for the people.
And now she made it like she did that to help me because I was in the hospital.
Oh.
I won that $50 I got from her Win It Wednesday, and my number was drawn.
Huh.
The person that sent me money to help me was Smashly.
Farmer.
It was Smashly. It wasn't FWA. And Smashly has never spoke up on it. She's never said anything about it. And we had kept it between us until FWA thought it was her business to put it out on the platform who did what.
It is Breezy, yep.
Even with everything going on, Smash has never thrown anything in my face.
I didn't understand that when I heard it. I did hear it live, in fact, but I had to leave the live and never, she was going to play a clip. She said that you were talking shit, but I don't think you were, Breeze.
I wasn't. I was just, somebody asked what happened, and I was just trying to give them the rundown real quick.
Right.
This is how we got here.
Right.
It started from Smash to this, to that, to that, to this. That's all I was saying. And she took it as I was talking crap. So then the other night, Ash Lark came in and she's like, Breezy, FWA and Trish said you were trash talking me. And I was like, you know what, Ash Lark? I'm not going to say I never did. Let me check my freaking messages before I say I didn't. I don't remember it. But hey, And I messaged her and I said, Ash, I went through every conversation I've ever had with you and with those two, and never once have I talked crap about anybody in there. And she said, Breezy, I got the screenshot, and it wasn't even you. I said, now FWA wants to talk about me spreading lies.
Wasn't even you.
And it wasn't even me. And you know what I said? Thank you, Ashlock, for coming to me instead of, making a big freaking ordeal. You came straight to me, and then you said, hey, it was my bad. I got the thing, and they tried to say it was you, and it wasn't you.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah. So I wasn't even going to address FWA's comments in her live because I'm not giving her any more content.
Oh, yeah, Breezy,
and after
this,
this is the last I'll ever speak of it because I'm not giving her content.
Guys, we're listening to Snark Live.
To everything.
Please,
I just blocked her.
please all pray for her blood pressure because she has high blood pressure.
I never even responded after we had that argument in the box that day where she just went off on me for no clear fucking reason. None whatsoever. But after I got out of the box that day, she was saying how I know them people didn't get that money you raised for them. Bitch, you don't know a fucking thing. You didn't even know what was going on when it was going on. In fact, FWA, you know what you did do that day, though? I remember specifically when I was leaving your live that night, she was like, send me your live tomorrow. I want to come. This is when we were raising money. I want to come show your friends some love. She didn't never do that. She never did that. She just talked about it. She never showed up in a live and showed nobody any love. So... And then turned around and said, them people didn't get that money. Well, he's sitting right here if you want to come ask him.
You know what's really funny? Snarky? I'm sure as you know, or as you probably don't want to admit, right now the process of refunding everybody from my GoFundMe is in process based on how GoFundMe issues refunds. But I can tell you a couple things I've learned. A couple things I've learned from the GoFundMe is this. Every time somebody donates money, you get an email sent to your account that you tied in with who sent money, and it keeps a tally of how much money was sent. And then, obviously, it shows you where the money gets sent to, which... You have never showed that. I showed that all that GoFundMe money was deposited into my savings account, and I showed exactly how much it was. So it'd be really easy for you to show that bank account and how much money was sent and where it sent to, because I did that. But still, you won't even do that. She said,
I didn't call CPS on that person I'm not allowed to speak about. Bitch, you can say my motherfucking name. Quit with the theatrics. Quit with the fucking dramatification of fucking everything. Ain't no reason you can't say my name, bitch. But we'll say this. You didn't call? You didn't call? You know who called. You perpetrated the fucking behavior, and that makes you fucking guilty, you dumb cunt. You're the one that perpetrated the fucking behavior. You know exactly who the fuck
Not
called.
what I heard.
You didn't want that dirt on your motherfucking hands.
Not what I heard.
And I got the FOIA request on the CPS call anyway.
Who was it, Pam?
You got the FOIA on it?
Who was it, Pam? And is it even
There's too many people on here that are victims of their own fucking...
Is it even possible to get the recording of somebody calling CPS? I thought that was, like, anonymous.
Here, I want to show you guys this real quick.
Here, let me see this.
I gotta find him. Wait, where is he?
I want to see what she's going to show here. Hold on. She's paused for a minute. I want to see.
So, this is Ronaldo. This is Ronaldo.
What does that have to do with a CPS call?
Ronaldo is a young man that goes live
Jesus.
every morning. So I get up about 6:30. He's live like there 7 o'clock. Okay, he's clearly autistic, and he's an artist. And he goes live every morning. He stands there with his painting. That's Billie Eilish. Yesterday it was a painting of Lizzo. And for you people that do get up in the morning, his name's Ronaldo. Just go in and tap the screen and tell him his painting's amazing. He's really just there for that. It really is the sweetest live to be in. He just wants his art to be looked at. And
right, Jay Grandma?
Really
what the hell kind of left turn was this?
Go in and tell him.
Come on, show the foyer.
That his art is good. He's so sweet. And somebody's sitting there with him, reminding him to thank people and stuff. Probably his mom, but he just warms my
you know
heart
what?
every
I was
morning.
gonna
So that's what
I was gonna say that to go, but
have my coffee,
you know, I get dragged for that, so
I'll go in and get him a whole bunch of taps and a couple gifts. Really sweet kid, though.
Where's that FOIA request there, Pammy?
I think that's all I have. You know why? Because my blood pressure's high already. If I keep getting pissed off, I'm probably going to
Isn't that weird? How she made it sound like she was going to show her FOIA request?
Have the shit to talk about. I guess I just watch it now. I don't even really come here and say too much anymore because it just seems so toxic all the time. It's just toxic all the time. What I did do, though, I did get Megan's box that day and tell her, that I want to say kind of how I feel about, hold on.
Nobody cares how you feel there, Pammy.
Hold on.
Yeah, right, Lana?
Is that dumb cunt streaming me?
Is that dumb cunt streaming me?
I know, KT, I have to. After that doctor's appointment yesterday, I really don't have a choice.
Oh, she's got high blood pressure.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Shiny.
I can't see his ad, and I am up at 4:30 this morning, so I'd love to visit him.
It and put it
just send it
comments.
to me. Okay, perfect. I'd love to go visit him.
Yeah, I'll share his profile to you. He's
wonderful.
So sweet. It's just so nice. Yesterday it was Lizzo, so he kept playing Lizzo song. Today it was Billie Eilish, so he kept playing Billie Eilish music.
Hey, I'm still waiting for her to play that phone call that she said that she made a month ago. I mean, do followers of these people not pick up on all the lies? I mean, really.
With this,
ask her how Gov's doing.
I should.
And how many thousands he's into.
Did they not hear the live last night?
Oh, God. Hi, Mama Jenny.
And how many thousands he's into.
Did they not hear the live last night?
Hey, Pammy, show that FOIA request. Show the FOIA request, Pammy, because it's illegal.
Hey, Pammy, show that FOIA request. Show the FOIA request, Pammy, because it's illegal.
There's no way in hell that a state agency like DCF would release a phone call or anything regarding somebody who called regarding a child.
Look how long she's been stalking
Scammyclaus, did you become a lawyer overnight? Did you get your law degree overnight?
Look how long she's been stalking
Scammyclaus, did you become a lawyer
Kimmy, you know what? I was just on the tickety-tockety streets, and somebody mentioned that Snark was on, and she was talking about me. I wasn't talking about her. I really don't talk about her anymore. And then I went and I was listening, and sure enough, she was talking about me. So, maybe bring that same energy over to her, because I wasn't talking about her this morning, but when she started talking about me, I said, yeah, I'm going to stream her and see what, bullshit she's going to talk about. About me, I said, yeah, I'm going to stream her and see what, bullshit she's going to talk about.
Do you want me to recap for you? Let me recap.
I got it already. Pammy,
This time you could not find
I got
any
it already.
empathy for parents of disabled children.
Not true.
Parents that need SNAP to feed their kids. But you sure did reach down deep in that dark fucking soul of yours and find empathy for an abusive man.
Nope. What I did, Pammy, is I took emotion out of it and based it on the paperwork. And I based it on what happened throughout the court process. And I looked at the charges and I went through all of that. And I saw at the end what he was charged with. All legal stuff.
And it took me an extensive amount of time, but I did it. And you know what I didn't do after I read it? I didn't come to the internet and defend him. It took me an extensive amount of time, but I did it. And you know what I didn't do after I read it?
And this again is the funny thing, okay? This again is the funny thing. So they always say about Florida man. Well, in the United States, you're innocent. You're innocent until proven guilty. Okay? So there was a court date. There were charges. There was back and forth between attorneys and the DA and the prosecutors. This and that went back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. And then the charges come out. He pleads guilty. But that's not good enough. But Florida man is innocent until proven guilty. After a trial, or in this case, after the case went through and it was, he pled guilty and all that. But still, that's not good enough. Still, that's not good enough. So, I guess it's only for Florida man. You're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But in that case, in a court of law, when there's 4 charges and pleads guilty and the other ones are he's not charged with, that's still not good enough.
Crime against a child with stealing Pokemon cards. I know you're fucking lying.
Pam, as I'm saying, I'm looking at purely the judicial system. The judicial system. I don't care what a charge is right now. I'm talking about the judicial system and the steps you go through in the judicial system. Y'all are saying innocent until proven guilty. You have to let the justice system do its work. Okay. The justice system did its work on the case. If you don't like the outcome of it, which I have said multiple times, and I have spoken with a lot of people in messages, don't fucking come at me because I'm pointing out what the DA did. I have been questioning, in fact, why they didn't pursue those charges. Don't get fucking pissed at me because I'm pointing out the obvious based on the paperwork and what the final outcome of the case was. Just stop. Pammy, point out to me where I called the young lady a liar, point out to me where I'm praising anybody over this. My stance has been based on the judicial process. Yours is emotional. That's the difference.
Not for 6 months, for 9 years on a violent crime. Why are you defending that?
Does she not? Is she that stupid?
Violent crime.
Is she that stupid?
Are you defending
Really?
that?
Like, it's gross.
Violent crime. Is she that stupid? Really?
I would like one person to find any clip of me putting a stamp of approval and an okay on anything that Mr. T did. Do it. I would like anybody to find a clip of me shaming somebody based on what I read from the grand jury.
This is crazy.
I did that all day yesterday, guys, just so you know.
From the grand jury. This is crazy. I did that all day yesterday, guys, just so you know. From the grand jury. Thank you. I need to say this.
Oh, of course you do, Pammy. Here you go. What's another lie? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Another lie. Let's hear it.
I was just on the internet, right? And I saw this scenario. It would be the same, right? You cannot see it any differently. You are defending that man.
Nope.
You did everything in your power yesterday to invalidate every charge the man had. You did. You were working
based on the judicial process, you freaking moron.
To just pepper in the doubt, right? That is defending him. That is defending him. Now, for me, I'm going to look at a man who came to the internet and made violent threats toward people on the internet.
You did that. You did that, Pammy. You've made violent threats to people. You did. You weirdo.
Unbelievable. This is gross to me. This is absolutely
You are gross, Pammy.
She gives 13 a platform to go on there and say what she said about Florida Man. Yet she's going completely opposite here. You are gross, Pammy. She gives 13 a platform to go on there and say what she said about Florida Man.
Period.
Yet she's going completely opposite here.
Period. No, you can moan and groan all you want, lady, but here's what you did wrong.
Oh, tell me, Pammy.
Your hate for another man bring you to the internet to defend somebody
Nope.
that never should have had it.
Nope.
You did that.
Wrong, bitch. Wrong, bitch. I based it on the paperwork and the law, Pammy, and you can say what you want about what I did, but you have no proof that I said it was okay, and I defended him. I based it on the fucking paperwork. So stick that up your butt and light it on fire.
He must be 3 mentally. This woman must be 3.
Watch your blood pressure there, Pammy. We wouldn't want you to blow out an aorta.
Sark, it's to the point, is it even worth arguing with, because she's not getting it?
Yeah, okay. Okay, Breezy.
You hear her? That's what I mean. I can't.
Good, get off.
She's right. I'll tell you what. The internet ain't for me. You know why?
Good.
This is why.
Uh-oh.
If I can't fight them and I can't shut them up, it's just going to piss me off. The only thing that
Watch
I
your
ever
blood
want to
pressure,
do for the rest
Pammy.
of my life is fucking lay that bitch's teeth straight down that fucking throat.
Hey, remember though.
Oh,
wait a minute. Somebody was claiming that they were going to do something violent against somebody, and she stuck up for him. As you sit there, Pammy, and you threaten violence. Huh?
Right.
Wow. She doesn't make threats, though, right?
I don't know.
She doesn't make
I don't
threats.
know. I think everybody that can see and use critical thinking can see exactly what's going on. Nobody had emotion in this. I had no emotion in this whatsoever.
Really?
I don't know him.
Really?
I don't know T. I don't know the victim. There's no emotion. But God damn it, I worked in the criminal justice system for quite some time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You carried a bunch of keys around. You locked people in their cells. So you know the law. You know the law, huh?
You cannot bring awareness anymore, Scammy. Just between Guardian of Valor and this shit. You can't claim to bring awareness. Let me even make it more clear. You chose to bring awareness to me when there was nothing to be aware about.
Sure, Jan.
Why did you do that?
Sure, Jan, because you stole money from people.
You did it because you didn't want me to talk about fucking 13 anymore.
You stole money from people, Pammy. Just saying.
That's why you attacked me.
Just saying, Pammy. I show receipts though, Pammy. Where are yours?
Talking about 13.
Where are yours? Where are your receipts, Pam?
That is not awareness. That is personal fucking feeling. You are not awareness. You are a bully.
Oh, yeah. I'm a bully, but she wants to knock my fucking teeth down my throat. What does that make you? What does that make? Oh, I'm bigoted now?
Let a man in your box tell people that he was, the private investigator. And
Nope.
all this stuff while he was stealing money from your community.
Nope. Didn't happen.
While you were trying to show awareness on Florida Man that wasn't doing fuck all. He wasn't doing fuck all. The man that you brought into your box was the one that was ripping people off.
I'm guessing.
Then,
isn't it funny?
We're here.
Isn't it funny how she doesn't bring up the other people who had him in the boxes? Come here, Rubes. She doesn't bring up the other creators that had him in boxes. She doesn't call out other creators for getting duped by him. Isn't that weird? I wonder why that is, Pam. I wonder what. Did you miss a live last night, Pammy?
Wait, what?
I wonder why that is, Pam. I wonder what. Did you miss a live last night, Pammy?
I sleep, bitch.
I wonder why that is, Pam. Interesting. Did you miss a live last night, Pammy? Mic drop. Interesting. Did you miss a live last night, Pammy? Mic drop. Maybe you should do a little research there.
I didn't pause.
Scammy Granny. Maybe you should do a little research there.
I didn't pause. Do you think I'm going to watch Guardians of Valor's live? For fucking what?
It wasn't his live, numbnuts.
When am I going to watch that?
It wasn't his live, numbnuts. See? This is what happens, Pammy, when you don't listen to the word on the street. You don't do your research. You end up looking like a horse's ass. So, the word on the street. You're embarrassing yourself, Pammy. Do your research. You end up looking like a horse's ass.
Oh my!
How can you prove that it wasn't him? Because other people are saying it sounded just like him.
Exactly.
Wait, I don't even... You're the one that looks like an ass because I have zero idea what the fuck she's talking about.
Exactly. Which you're proving my point. You look like a horse's ass because you don't know what I'm talking about because you missed a very important live last night.
Last night that changed the fact that you used that man
here it goes.
Intimidate people or quote unquote intimidate people while he was ripping the community off.
Hey, Pammy, do me a favor. Can you share me your psychic skills so I could read the mind of every single person that I come across on TikTok? Because I'll tell you what, if I had that, I would know exactly what you were all about ahead of time.
So I could read the mind of every single person that I come across on TikTok, because I'll tell you what, if I had that, I would know exactly what you were all about ahead of time.
What is wrong with her?
But Scammy said that she trusted him with everything on the
Yeah,
internet.
back in September. Absolutely, I did.
And he was the only person that had
Yep.
her phone number.
Yep, absolutely. Back in September, I did. Yep. I agree with that. I did say that. And as soon as I found out what he was all about, yeah.
Absolutely. Back in September, I did. Yep.
You trusted him all the way up until the day he got called out. What
Exactly.
are you talking about?
Exactly, in September. In September, I was all about him. And then 3 weeks ago when that live happened and I finally got information about him, yeah.
Exactly, in September.
Oh my fucking
I
god.
was all about it.
What
3 weeks ago when that
Look at her.
happened, and I finally got
This is a classic narcissist. Did you hear what I said, Scammy? You supported him all the way up until the time that he was called out. What I'm telling you is that you absolutely were supporting him while he was ripping off your community.
That information didn't come out until 3 weeks ago, you numb nuts. Numb nuts. Numb nuts.
that information.
Are you listening?
3 weeks ago, you numbnuts.
What the hell?
She's missing my point.
No, I'm not missing your point.
Because you are awareness. You tell people to do their research, to do their homework, and to pay attention. But then you brought a scammer.
Oh my God.
Trusted
Oh
him.
my
Let your
God.
community know that you trusted him, which put their trust in him. And then he ripped them off. Do you get it now?
Yeah, do you get now that the person that had money ripped off isn't even in my lives? Not in my lives.
Yeah, do you get now?
Do you know what lives they went into?
That had money ripped off isn't even in my lives.
Dum dum?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
That does not matter.
But
You're
you just
awareness.
said that my followers got ripped off. That's not true. That's not true. Tell the fucking truth, and if you don't know what you're talking about, shut your roast beef smacking lips.
Of being fucking scammed while being awareness. You're trash.
Shut your roast beef smacking lips.
She's getting mad.
You know what I don't have though, Pammy? I don't have high blood pressure.
Or you're hitting some sense.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't have high blood pressure.
Oh well, I won't after I take my meds either.
Yeah, yeah.
So did he give her back the money that she's paid him?
I haven't paid him anything, you numbnuts.
Hey, Scammy, show the receipts of the GoFundMe money. Show the receipts of the GoFundMe money.
I have already, but you want me to? Okay. Well, what are you going to say after that, dumbass?
Show the receipts of the GoFundMe.
See, because unlike you,
Show the receipts of the GoFundMe
I'm
money.
transparent, dumbass.
Okay. Say after that, dumbass.
Let's see where the money is as of today.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, where's...
Let's
Hold
do
on.
it, dumbass.
I say, don't tell me.
Let's do it.
See, I have no problem with being transparent, unlike Pammy. Unlike Pammy, who won't show shit because I have nothing to hide.
Unlike Pammy.
Do you have to watch from the window because she'll block you?
No, come on in.
Yeah,
Come on in,
she
Breezy.
will.
Breezy, come on in.
Do you have to watch from the window because she'll block you?
Come on, Breezy. Come in a box and I'll show you my receipts. How's that? Come on in, Breezy.
Listen, no, this is funny because she says, "Come on in."
Yeah.
Why are you telling me to come on in?
I'm not telling you.
I'm
not telling you. I'm telling Breezy.
Accounts blocks.
No, I'm telling Breezy to come in.
You have all 8 of my fucking accounts blocked.
I'm telling Breezy to come in, not you.
It don't make any motherfucking sense.
Do you see how dumb she sounds?
Scammy, you don't have start block, do you?
Come on in, Breezy.
Do you see how dumb
Breezy,
you sound?
come on in.
And mad? You're mad today, Scammy. Are you okay? Are you having a bad day? Did your wife not sleep with you again last night? And mad? You're mad today, Scammy.
Hey,
okay?
hey, Pammy, you know what? Pammy, at least I know where my wife is, and I live with her, and I've been with her for a long time. Where's your husband? Or are you still trying to extort him for $1,000 so you'll sign the divorce?
Okay.
Where's your husband?
Huh?
Where is he?
For $1,000 so you'll sign the divorce.
Hey, I don't blame you. I wouldn't do it either.
Listen, this is so funny because me and my daughter laugh about this, right?
Yeah, okay.
I married an immigrant.
Yeah, you did. How much did you get paid for that too, Pammy? How much did you pocket on that? How much did you pocket for that, Pammy? You never told everybody that. Okay. So, let's go here. Pammy, this is how you are transparent on GoFundMe's, dumbass. Okay, so this is going back to November 28th. This is when I sent the refund for the people. Hello there, our team has received your message. To finalize, hold on a minute, there's something open out. To finalize your refund request, we require that you reply to the email to confirm the information below. Refund all donations on this campaign, and there is the link for the GoFundMe. And then it said, campaign has caused scrutiny from social media. That's the reason why I am refunding it. So let's go to the next ones. This is correct. Please refund each of the donors' money. Thank you. Wow. Hi, Amy. Thanks for reaching out. I have to cover something up here. Thanks for reaching out. Please note that if we issue refunds, the process cannot be undone and all donors will receive their money back in 5 to 10 days. Just to confirm, this is the fundraiser you'd like us to refund. And that was the mic one. Since you've already transferred money, issuing these refunds will cause $1,605.84 to be pulled automatically out of your account. And it says the account. I'm not going to show that, although I think I did already, but I don't care. We ask to alert your bank for the reversal process. Reversals may take up to 10 days. You agree to 10-day reversal hold on your GoFundMe account. You understand how reversals work and would like to initiate one. $1,605.84 available in this bank, and you would like us to proceed with the refund. Okay. What did I say next? Yes. This is the GoFundMe I started. I will contact my bank on Monday. Thank you, Amy Grasso. I'll put my name out there. Why? Because it's out there. Thanks for letting us know, Amy. My name is Nora, and I work with our escalated support team here. I wanted to let you know that the amount that will be affected by the reversal is $1,605 and not $1,605.84 as previously. Apologize for the confusion. Okay, I went to my bank today and everything should be all set. Thanks for your help. Thanks for confirming, Amy. We're working with our payment processor on the next steps to get the refunds issued. I will follow up with you here once we have an update. Let me know if you have any questions in the meantime. This was a couple days ago, just confirming that I've asked our payment processor to initiate the reversal for you. So now we'll need about 10 business days to recover from your bank account was successful. I will follow up between now and December 16th to confirm. What did I say? Thank you. You're very welcome. I'll let you know here as soon as I have an update. Wow, imagine that. Imagine that, Pam, huh? That's what's called being transparent on a GoFundMe. Now, since I did that, Pam, and I proved you wrong because you didn't think I would show it, why don't you show that FOIA request you said you got, which is illegal?
If I sleep good on them, I'll put them in my pillowcase. But if I don't sleep good on them,
Oh, Pam, you changed the subject, huh? Why is that? Because I proved you're a fucking liar and you're not transparent?
Side sleeper
Weird, Pam.
works for me.
Weird, Pam.
All right, guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. That's all I really had.
Interesting. Wow, she's leaving. Imagine that. Yeah, well, listen. Unfortunately, the only reason why Pam comes onto TikTok now is to be the C word she likes to say so much. That's all she does. That's all she does. So, Pam, I hope you caught that. I hope you did, because it's your turn now. Show some type of receipt to show any type of transparency that you have, because you got none. You got none, Pam. It's embarrassing, really. With last night's live, let me if you missed last night's live, I think I'll play some of it. I'm not going to play all of it though. Kitty. So in Checkmate's live last night, they were having a live on Gov. Okay, and they were bringing in a PI. They said the guy was a PI, and the PI was going to be showing proof that Gov is a scammer and has been doing this for a long time. Okay, now, to review, we all know that the person who said they were guardians of valor is a scum-sucking pig, okay? Really, there's nothing else that I need to find out about this guy to know that he's not a good person. So I went in there last night because people were messaging me saying, oh my God, this PI sounds just like Gov. Now, a day or so before that, okay? Good job, Kitty. Good job, Kitty. A day or so before that, they had done like a live check to make sure this PI's account would be able to access TikTok. So they had him on there and they had his voice on there. And Scam recorded the voice and sent it to me and Tracy and said, who does this sound like? And we were like, it sounds like Gov. I mean, the voice is a little lower when he talks, the same pattern of speech. He says S is the same, all this stuff. So I was like, I think we all agreed it sounds like him, but the voice is a little lower. So we knew this live was going to happen, and people started commenting and sending me messages saying, oh my God, do they not realize that's Gov? So I was listening from the outside. And people are messaging me. My phone is blowing up. And it was way too creepy. Way too creepy. I mean, it was my camera. It was way too creepy. It was way too creepy. I mean, it was, some of the things that were this PI guy's name is Jim, and Gov's name turns out to be James. They both live in the same area. They both have the same voice. And it wasn't an accent. You know what I mean? It wasn't an accent, like a regional accent. When you say S's a certain way and when you laugh a certain way, that's not really regional, So I went live last night and I started streaming him. And everybody that was in my live was saying, oh my God, that sounds just like him. And little did I know until people told me, where people in that live kept saying, that's Gov. So I'm listening to all this, and as we're listening, there's people like looking up stuff, okay, about this guy. And like stuff started coming out that was very weird. And he was tripping up a bunch of times. Some of the stuff he was saying was, is Scam in here? Because Scam will remember a lot of it. Some of the stuff that was weird was that he said he'd only been on for like 5 days. And he said he really didn't talk to many people. But he knew a very important thing, that somebody got scammed out of over $3,000 and they used PayPal. That's really something quite interesting that he would know if he wasn't in the know, Yeah, he blocked Homie's mods. Why did he block Homie's mods? Why would he do that? Because it was proven that Guardians was also Pops, who was a mod for Homie. So why would this guy block Homie's mods? He's also, he friended very few people. Okay, he friended the people that were in the live last night, Checkmate and Tired of the Nonsense and Fallon and all these people. But he also friended Florida Man and Bougie. That's weird. How would he know anything about those people? He also couldn't remember off the top of his head when he became a PI. He didn't remember when he took over the PI business in Buffalo. So he had to go to paperwork. And you could hear paperwork and stuff shuffling. And that's when he started giving dates. Auburn, I'll tell you, it was very obvious. It was very obvious when Auburn went in there. This PI, his attitude changed. He was very calm and giving out information and talking about Gov and all this stuff. And then when Auburn went up there and started asking questions, all of a sudden he became very serious. And it was almost like he knew who Auburn was. And Auburn got up there specifically to piss the guy off. So he would start raising his voice. And indeed, if the guy was like purposely speaking differently, whether it was slowing down his pace of talking, lowering his voice a little, so maybe it sounded different, Auburn did exactly what he went in there to do, which was get the guy to get angry. And what happened? As soon as he started getting angry and yelling, Auburn called him out and said, "Yep, it is you." Homie went in there and was like the cherry on top because he has talked to Pops on the phone, and he brought up another creator. I forgot what the name was, but it was another like awareness account that it sounded like homie was saying that Gov had another account. Multi-scammers, yes. And homie went in there and absolutely nailed him. Now, after all this back and forth, and everybody's telling him for 2 hours, just put your camera on, show your face, and this whole thing ends, whether or not you are guardians or not. His excuse was, well, I'm not going to do that because I want to protect my identity, because I'm a PI and I'm going to be going to where Guardians lives and I'm going to be knocking on neighbors' doors. But this is the same guy who said that he's had many conversations with Guardians over the years at like a karate place. The guy had been in some kind of contact with Guardians previously regarding selling pew-pews that were his father's. And Guardian said, "Oh, yeah, I can sell those for you. I know a dealer." And then there was some convoluted thing about ownership of the gun or registration was in two people's names. It was in Guardian's friend's name and, in this PI's friend's name and Guardian's. But Guardian sold the pew-pews and didn't give anybody the money. So then Auburn said, well, why didn't you take him to court and sue him if he owes you money? And he says, well, I didn't do that because I wasn't on the registration for that pew-pew. It was my friend. So Auburn says, well, why didn't your friend go to the cops? Why didn't he file small claims charges? I don't know. I don't know. So the question is this. You got somebody that sounds like a guy. You got somebody that's supposedly been investigating Guardians for 17 years. He says, oh, he's done all this terrible shit, and he started naming some stuff. It was the same stuff that Scam was able to find in like 5 minutes by doing a search once we knew what Gov's real name was. So this guy's spewing out all this stuff that he claims that he found, but it was all public information. It was nothing new. And, Auburn kept saying, well, why didn't you press charges? Why didn't anybody press charges? And he said, because it was already taken care of. I mean, it was the weirdest conversation. Like, it just, the guy made no sense. The guy made absolutely no sense. So finally, people are saying, show your face. He's saying, I'm not going to show it, even though Guardians has seen his face before. Yeah, maybe it was some time ago. But he's afraid to show his face because he doesn't want Guardians to know who he is? So he would not show his face. So finally, all of a sudden, Bougie swoops in and says, listen, I'll give you my number. Let's FaceTime. And says to him, do you have an iPhone? And the guy says, yes, I have an iPhone. Okay, cool. Let's FaceTime. So waiting for 20 minutes. And there's no answer back from either of these people. Like, doing a FaceTime takes 2 minutes. So then it came back, he didn't have an iPhone. He had whatever. And yes, I saw his face, and it's definitely not Gov. Now, here's my question. Do we really know what Gov looks like? Because the video that this guy had on his page was from years ago of what Gov looks like. So, I mean, it could very well be possible that the person that was live on camera with Bougie is Gov, but he looks different because nobody's actually seen what he looks like except for old pictures on Facebook and a video of him when he was interviewed by a TV station. So this is the thing that I'm going to say about that. To me, it's all very, very sus. All very sus. There's just too many weird things. And, I'm agreeing with Auburn with this. Too many red flags. Right. And somehow Bougie had already spoken to him previously, which, too many red flags, though. Too many red flags. The other thing that was interesting, okay? That blog that this PI had on this website, okay? There's information on that blog on how you could change the date of what you posted. Okay, so like if you put something on there today, like let's talk about TikTok. When you post a video, there's a date stamp on it. So in 2 days, the video will say 2 days ago. In a week, it'll say 1 week ago. All that kind of stuff. On this blog post, you can change the date. So if you post something today and in 3 years you want to change it to like you posted it then, you can change it. So to really blow everybody's mind, what's to say that Gov didn't make those blog posts over the past month or two and backdated it to whenever that post began? And like I said, I don't believe anybody on this app anymore. This guy could be a PI, but based on what I saw last night and what I heard last night and what a lot of people saw and heard last night, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. me see if I can pull up some of Little Man's videos. Welcome in, everybody. I don't know if I can pull them up on this, but let's see. No, it's private on the other account. Let me see if I can pull it up on another one. Let me see if I can pull it up on this one. Hold on. Let's go, iPad. Let's go. Now, I can't pull it up because they're private videos. But if you go to Little Man's accounts, if you're friends, they posted a bunch of clips from the live last night. They posted the one where Homie went in the box, where Auburn was kind of shredding him up. It was very interesting. Very interesting. And again, they said that, Bougie said, I saw a picture of him, and she sent a screenshot to Adam, and she sent a screenshot to Checkmate. And that's all well and good. Okay? That's all well and good. But again, I'm going to throw this out there. Does anybody know what Gov looks like as recently as a couple days ago or a month ago? Because he is a lifelong scammer. I'm sure pictures that he sent to people were older pictures where he doesn't look the same now. Again, that video on the webpage with him being interviewed by a TV station. Based on what I've heard, all of Gov's kids are older. I mean, they're all adults and, so when his kids were taking buses, that was a long time ago. So does anybody really know what he looks like now? I can tell you that after the live last night, the group over there with Fallon and Checkmate and all the others and Adam, they are doing some research and to make sure that the guy is who he says he is. But, no other place is it more fitting than when you say, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck. And man, that guy quacked just like Guardians of Valor. Sounded just like him. Absolutely. And Robin, that's the thing. It's like, all these people out there are so easy to say, oh, Scammy, was 100% behind this guy. Oh, she didn't know he was a scammer. Nobody knew he was a fucking scammer. Even as of last night, the people that were hosting the live started having doubts about the guy. While he's there in a box, they're starting to second guess who this guy's all about. But they're so quick to throw it on to me that I supported a scammer. And I don't mean just that group over there. I mean a lot of people. Which to me is wild. And, Scammy Pammy over there, who went on her diatribe this morning about me supporting somebody supporting Gov and all that. There were a lot of us that supported him until the live like 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, because none of us had seen that proof. And what happened when we all saw the proof? We were like, oh, hell no. But that story will continue to go on and on and on. Scammy knew all about him. Scammy gave him money. Scammy was scammed. Scammy paid him $2,000. Scammy did this. Scammy did that. And they'll keep talking about it, of course, never showing any proof. But what have I showed? I showed last night I'm calling out somebody that I think was Gov. If I was really supporting him, would I be doing that? Would I be calling him out? Would I be reposting videos of the guy? Would I be, taking the stance that I'm taking on him? Would I be sending back GoFundMe money if I supposedly sent it to this guy? Everybody just needs to shut the fuck up. And if you're going to say something, show proof of what you're talking about. Because either that, you look like an asshole. I showed you how to show receipts today. Show some fucking receipts, people. I mean, it's ridiculous. I want to see if I can find any of these clips. Let me see if it's on YouTube. Let me check here. Okay, here's one. Checkmates, featuring special guest Guardians of Valor impersonator. I'll put this on for a while. You know what's funny? Sarah, you just reminded me I have to take the trash to the curb. You know what, though? I'm not going to bother because it's not even half full, so I don't need to do that. Yeah, anybody else who had any problems today, it was my fault, and I'm sorry. Let's see here.
My phone is glitching so bad. Hey, Lisa.
This is part 2. I'm not really sure what's in part 2.
The noise was that bad in my car.
Oh, I think... got a violation. Okay, so this is after Checkmate and Auburn got violations, and she had to restart. So this is the second half of it.
It could be abusive behavior. It could be reporting live or streaming. I don't know. Maybe I misread it. I just said it doesn't matter who's watching or where they're watching from, as long as they're
right, Benji. But we can hear a little bit because I know Auburn comes back up, and what was her name? Cindy, SYNDY, came up and finished their questions about him.
Actually, a picture of him, I ran through AI, just messing with it, and it says, sad scumbag.
What picture did you run through AI?
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to that.
The one on my blog, it's actually him.
And you know what's funny? Here's a guy who, this is another thing he said, okay? He said he wasn't very tech savvy, okay? But yet, the reason why Adam just asked him that is because he's saying he's not very tech savvy. But then he said he ran Gov's picture through AI, and that's the picture he uses for the blog.
I'm sorry.
Listen to what Adam says.
That's not me. It's actually a picture of him. I ran through AI just messing with it, and it says sad scumbag.
What picture did you run through AI? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to that.
The one on my blog, it's actually him. I'm sorry, on my profile.
You could see
You
Adam
said
saying,
you ran it through AI?
Yeah, he's wearing.
you see exactly what Adam's doing? Adam remembered that this guy said he wasn't tech savvy, and Adam's saying, wait, so you ran what through AI? Wait, what did you do?
A woman's blouse, and he's got his little medals pinned on him.
I got you. I haven't played around with AI too much. I was just wondering, like,
There's not a lot of talking going on here, so I'm fast forwarding. A lot of dead air. A lot of dead air. So there's nobody talking. This is just all dead air.
Posted from my computer. And
Okay,
this is a
so
tab I'm on
Auburn
now. I couldn't
and this
get
other
into
person
chats on
just
my
came in.
computer.
when do you want to start Checkmate?
No, go ahead.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking to my son. They're getting ready to go to bed. I'll be right back.
So, Jim, I needed you to kind of understand also that Auburn came at you pretty hard, and a lot of people in the comments came at you pretty hard, and we had a lot of discussion of our own in the background, and
Exactly.
I know
to
Checkmate
go.
did her due diligence, and doesn't matter what anybody says to me, what she did to try to make sure you weren't somebody I fully agree with. I mean, besides her going to New York, I don't know what else she could have done. So, in awareness, like you said, you're not very familiar with social media, all that stuff. So, in awareness, we bring the information here and people get to decide for themselves. So, if you have people that come at you and they believe that you sound like Gov or things don't add up and stuff like that, I mean, we're here to bring the information. And I'm going to tell everybody right now who's listening from anywhere, what I saw Checkmate do to what she could do to verify him, I don't know what else she could have done.
And this is the thing that's funny, okay? This is the thing that's funny. Because I was over on my live and I was saying, that sounds exactly like Gov. And then all these discrepancies. We're talking about all these discrepancies. So somebody obviously said to Adam, hey, Scammy's streaming you. There's, and they're all saying that it's Gov and they don't believe that this guy's a PI and all this. So then Adam made a comment about, all you people that are doubting this, you really, and he made some comments about, not believing, what you're hearing and, just stuff like that. But it's funny because then when Auburn came in and started calling him out, nobody said, Auburn, listen, no, we did our research and this is, who it is and this and that. Very, very strange. Very strange.
And that's all I can say about that. So, and I'm going to tell you, Jim, Auburn, he may sound pretty rough, but him and I go back a long ways on here. And that man, his instincts, his gut, his everything is, I fully trust. And if he feels something's not right, or anybody in the comments feels something is not right, that's what awareness is about. We're not here to make people believe something. So that's kind of Checkmate did what she could do to try to vet you. we try to ask the questions to have you help us understand this guy Gub that tore so many people apart. But it's also you that has to try to help us, and you have to help the people that don't understand. You kind of have to make your case on that too.
What Adam's trying to say is you need to prove to us you're not Gov. That's what he's trying to say to this guy, but the guy's not getting it.
We just can't make people believe something, and if they have doubts, I mean,
you understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Jim, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I understand perfectly. Like I said, I've been on this guy for over 16 years now,
and you see how
I've seen the shit he's done.
Either this PI doesn't get what Adam is asking him, which seems pretty clear what he's asking him, or he's just deflecting and he doesn't want to have any discussion about showing who he is.
Let me ask, Checkmate, did you share my photo and the video with Adam?
I was going to ask you if she could have permission to, actually.
I want to see where Auburn talks again. Because, again, IDs and all that stuff, I'm sorry, but if it has anything to do with this whole thing surrounding Gov, I don't believe it.
I do appreciate that, and that's probably you without being in your state, or else that's their rights.
Hey, Checkmate, send Adam my...
Send who what?
I'm not on my...
What? A little while now, not long. Okay, so I just want to make this very clear. AI has been out, a little while now, not long.
I agree, Stacy.
And it's really easy with AI. But before AI, it was even easier. I've seen people fake so many videos. And I could send you a picture of me. Does that make it me? But here's my question. You said yourself that you were going to go to all of his neighbors and let them know who they were living beside, but yet you don't want him or anybody else to see your face? Make that make sense.
He knows what I look like, but he hasn't seen me in probably since 2008 or 9 when he stopped working for my friend. He hasn't laid eyes on me.
But why wouldn't...
What would you? Would you give him a current picture of yourself?
If people were telling me on a live that I was this guy that's done all this bad shit, the stolen valor, the romance scams, everything he's done, I would show my face in a heartbeat, because that would end all of it.
I don't need to defend myself, okay? You guys came to me. You found me. I didn't find you.
You say you guys. I didn't come to you.
Auburn didn't come. Adam, I sent you everything.
But saying that you sent her a picture, like, we're supposed to believe that? Like, I could send you a picture right now of any Tom, Dick, and Harry on the internet. That doesn't make it me. You see what I'm saying? It just don't make sense. A lot of the stuff that you said, you contradicted yourself.
I sent her pictures of my ID. I did a video, and I sent the video to her within like about a minute. Now, she has my phone number. She's going to give it to Adam. If either one of them want to call me and video call with me, that's fine. I got no problem with that. But I'm not putting my photo out in here when he hasn't seen me since like 2008.
Right,
But you're sitting here telling him that you're going to go to his neighbors and tell him about it.
I hope he's listening. I want him to know that I have unfinished business with this guy.
Why would it matter what you look like? What would that have to do with the price of tea in Italy? It don't.
Would you send him a picture if you were going down to talk to his neighbors?
This is funny, listen.
Why would I send him a picture? He's going to see me face to face. I'll go knock on his door, too, and call him a fucking scammer to his face. I might slap the shit out of him for what he's done to these elderly women.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, too, but they'll only put you in jail.
Who gives a fuck? I'll get out in 5 minutes. I got money.
Can y'all hear me?
But what I'm saying is, you said that you don't use the internet, but you've been a private investigator for, 17 years?
No,
First off, you said that it was your business, and then all of a sudden you said you took the business over.
Yes, it was my business at the end.
It just doesn't make sense.
And I never said I wasn't on the internet. I said I wasn't on TikTok.
Do you know where most of these private investigators get their information from?
Yeah, sure. Do you?
On cheating wives and stuff like that off the internet.
No, not really.
Yeah, it's a fucking fact, Jack. Look it up.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. I've worked cheating spouses cases.
Well, I mean, you also said you haven't been on the internet, so how the fuck did you get any type of information on anybody? I don't understand that. It just don't make no sense, man. Like you were working like you were back in the fucking early 1900s on foot and shit, horseback, riding around, private investigating shit.
I never said I was not on any internet. I said I was not on TikTok. Now, internet investigations are something totally different than just getting on the internet and looking shit up on Google.
So what was your specialty as a PI?
Does somebody know who this Sydney person is? Like, does somebody know what she does for a living? She does. She sounds like a lawyer or an investigator or somebody. Just listen to the way, I mean, she is fucking brilliant. She is brilliant.
What would you say your specialty was?
I did surveillances. I did undercover work. I tracked people. I looked up records.
Okay, and when you looked up records, how would you go about doing that? I'm just curious. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just curious.
No, it's fine. The internet, it would come into handy to do, most people talk about other people. So I would check there first. I would check the online records. That would give me an indication if there was anything worth actually doing a physical trip down to either like the county clerk or the city clerk, wherever the records are. Then I would go down there and I would physically pull the records, because usually you don't know when these databases online have been updated. It could be every day, it could be once every week, it could be once every month, or once every 6 months.
Okay,
so
let me go back to something, and I appreciate your answer. I know everybody's got a couple of things. I want to go back to something earlier before we had to get offline. Now, I know you said, like with the elderly lady, things had already progressed. Let's talk about your situation for just a moment. And again, I'm deeply sorry about your dad passing. What year was that, if you don't mind me asking?
2008.
Okay, 2008. Okay. And basically, Gov, that's what I call him, was going to help y'all sell some guns. And,
I want to, before we listen to this, there was a thought that popped in my head. Now, I got a message from somebody today, okay, who is in a business where they need to hire private investigators sometimes, and they need to also hire like security, for some people that work with them and all that. So this was this person's comment today. Any true PI would not have sat there last night on a TikTok live trying to defend that they're not somebody. When they're doing this, they're not getting paid for it, and possibly have other cases that they should be spending time on. Anybody, in this person's opinion, anybody that is a real PI, they would have been like, fuck you all. I came here to try to help you people. If you guys are just going to be busting my hump the whole time, good luck to you all. I got other stuff to do. And left.
To help with some of the money. I'm curious about something. Now, you said he went to a pawn shop. Was he able to do that? I mean, in New York, are you able to do that with any type of, like, if you're not the owner, can you do that? I mean, how did that take place?
No, he had to have to go. He registered certain firearms onto his own permit. They were in New York. You can co-register guns. You can have the one gun on several different permits.
Okay, so you basically had him co-register guns that y'all had, so he could actually try to sell those, correct?
Yeah, you could. You could technically, because the county looks at it as he's part owner of the firearm.
Technically speaking, because those are guns.
Listen, paying $14.99 for as the commercial's playing, somebody last night in my live, came in and said that they had done a quick search. And from what they said is that you can have more than one person as a registered owner of a firearm. But, and this is what they said, I'm basing it, I haven't done any research on it, so if you all want to look it up. The person said, if the pew-pew is going to be sold, both owners have to agree on it. You know, so let's say Cheyenne and I are both owners. We're both registered on a pew-pew. She can't go and sell it because there's somebody else that is quote-unquote partial owner. You would need both signatures on it. I haven't either, Liberty. I haven't either, but, you know, based on what he's saying, that is what somebody found out. So.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Technically speaking, since he's co-registering, I mean, I realize that's a little bit in the past, but because it's guns, you'd probably still have those records of the co-registering, correct? I mean, I would. Do you still have those records showing that?
No, I wouldn't have them. You would have to actually go down to the Pistol Permit Bureau and pull his record, his permit. Is it that would let you?
But if they pull the permit, y'all both would be listed, correct? Or you and one of the family members, correct?
Well, it would have been my father's guns. So it would have been my father, my friend, Bob, who he was working for, and then him on certain ones.
Okay, but the ones that were actually given to Gov, was it Gov listed and who else family member was listed? And I have a reason for asking this. Okay, just bear with me.
It wasn't any family. My father had passed away at this point. He was
okay.
deceased. So
okay,
it was
and I understand
just
that.
my friend, and then JJM.
Okay, so your friend. Why did you have your friend co-register the gun as opposed to a family member? I'm just curious.
Because nobody else in my family, my immediate family, had a permit.
And
okay.
I'm gonna say this, okay? In the state of Connecticut, and again, I know it's different, but anybody in my chat right now can comment on what their state does. In the state of Connecticut, you don't need a permit to have a pew-pew. So if you wanted something for home security, you could have a pew-pew in your house, but you can only keep it in your house. But if you want to carry legally, you have to have a permit. So, in the state of Connecticut, I have a permit to carry. I also registered my pew-pews, obviously, but I also went as far, too, to register them in my town. So, again, in the state of Connecticut, you can own a pew-pew without a permit, but it can't leave your house. So what he's going to say now, which is ridiculous, okay? He's going to talk about being a PI and the fact that he doesn't have a permit. He doesn't have a permit. How many private investigators are there in this world that you don't think carries something? But this guy is a PI and he doesn't carry? Right, registration. Registration is one thing. I'm talking about a permit. Whenever you buy something like that in Connecticut, or I don't know how it is in most states, it has to be registered. Absolutely. Your serial number has got to be registered, and it's got to be in your name. But when it comes to a permit, that's a totally different thing. Listen to this next bunch here.
What about you? I mean, being the son, why didn't you co-register?
I don't have a permit.
Okay. Did Gov have a permit?
At the time, yes. I think he got it in 2006.
Okay. Could you have gotten a permit before you handed the guns?
No.
How come?
Well, for one, it would take years, and for the second is I had a permit years ago.
How many people in my chat have a permit? Have a pew-pew permit? How many people in here? If you want to say. If you don't want to say, don't say anything. All the people that are saying, I do. Did it take you years to get a permit? Did it take you years? Yes, permits do expire. It does not take years to get a permit. It takes, again, it's going to be different in every state. I can only talk validly on what I did. I had to take the course again because my permit did run out. This was a couple years ago. I did the coursework and all that. It's all online. You have to take tests after every chapter, all that stuff. And then, if I remember correctly, I had to print out my test results. I had to go to my local. I had to give them that. I had to do fingerprinting again. I had to pay the fee. I had to do all this stuff. And within, I think, a month, I got my information so I could go get my ID. It did not take months. So isn't that kind of another red flag when you have a guy that's supposedly a PI, okay? He doesn't have a permit, and his reason for not getting a permit is because it'll take too long, and he talks about the cost, too, that it was too expensive.
But I was falsely arrested, and they pulled the permit. And I'm not paying a judge $300 for a letter on my court case, even though I was found not guilty.
$300?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm just curious because to me, being a PI, I mean, I'm just saying $300. I know that's money, but being the line of work, I'm just curious about that. Now, I promise this is my very last question. Let's go to y'all's situation. I know the other people, it was civil. Why didn't you and your family press charges when you knew about the gun situation? Why didn't y'all do that? Why didn't y'all alert?
Because technically at that point, they weren't our property.
Okay, so technically you have guns. You don't have a permit because your permit was basically, according to you, falsely taken away years ago, and you didn't want to pay the $300 fine.
No, it wasn't a fine. It was $300 just to get a letter from the judge saying that he's refusing to reinstate my license.
Okay, so refusing to state.
Wait, I didn't get that. So you have to pay a judge $300 to get a license because you were wrongly arrested and you were cleared on it, but you have to pay a judge $300 to get a letter? What?
Reinstate what license?
My carry permit.
Okay, so you didn't want to pay the $300 to get a letter from the judge to reinstate your license, even though, let me ask you something. As a PI, don't you kind of do some dangerous stuff? I mean, don't you kind of have to be prepared? I mean, wouldn't you felt better carrying just to, with the cases that you're doing? or was it not that important? And I mean that sincerely. I'm just.
It depends. Some companies won't let you carry. It depends on the policy.
And I understand, but if you're working for your own and stuff, and it's legal for a PI to carry, I'm just kind of curious why for $300. I mean, I could understand maybe $3,000, $30,000, but $300 to get a letter,
Bingo.
especially if I'm falsely accused, because it's kind of like when you're in business. I mean, if someone accused you of something, you kind of want to clear your name. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just curious. That's just me. Okay.
My name was cleared. I was found not guilty.
But so if you were found not guilty, why do you have to pay $300 for a judge to reiterate the fact that you were not guilty? So is it saying, was he convicted of a felony? Because to me it sounds like he's saying he was arrested unfairly and he was charged with something that he was found not guilty. But if he's a convicted felon, I can understand why you cannot get a permit. He was wrongly so he was wrongly convicted? This is what is confusing me. Exactly, M. Webbs. Thank you. Thank you. There's a missing piece.
The trouble is as soon as somebody files false charges or real charges, the first thing the county or state does is they send you a letter, say, turn your guns over to the police or to somebody else. And then you go through the court case. Then you go through the court case, and then you apply to have the permit reinstated. If the permit is not reinstated, then you have to get a letter from the judge saying, this is, okay, we're not reinstating it. Then you take the letter to an attorney. You hire an attorney.
Right, and I get that. I understand $300, it's a process. So you have not carried a weapon since that time, correct?
No.
That's interesting. And let me ask you this. When did you retire from being a PI?
Probably like...
He can't remember this off the top of his head. He couldn't remember when he became a PI, and he couldn't remember when he retired? What?
Around my second bout of cancer.
Second bout of cancer. I'm sorry to hear that. May I ask what type of cancer you had, if you don't mind?
Hodgkin's lymphoma. I had that twice.
Okay. Is it in remission? I'm not trying to be nosy, but are you okay?
Yeah, it's stem cell transplant, so yeah, I've been good.
That's interesting. Okay. All right. Well, again, y'all didn't press charges because technically you handed the weapons over to Gov.
No, not Gov.
Fucking brilliant.
My friend had them.
Okay. So now you handed them over to your friend, and your friend had Gov go and try to sell them?
He was supposed to have connections to collectors that would come in and buy them.
But your friend and Gov were both co-registered on the permit, correct?
No, only on a few of them, not all of them.
That's what I'm saying. The one that Gov had, your friend and Gov were co-registered on that permit. That's what you were kind of mentioning earlier. Is that correct?
Yes, the one he stole. Yes.
The one he stole. Now, because your friend,
is that guy Pops? We know, based on information that has come out, that Guardians of Valor was also Pops. We know that Guardians of Valor was also lines were crossed. It sounds like Guardians of Valor sounds exactly like this PI here. And what homie said in the box last night, it sounds like this guy was also multi-scammers.
was on that permit. Why didn't he press charges?
Yeah, it's up to him. He probably didn't want the aggravation, and I couldn't
Well, what did he say to you? I mean, because if I had a good friend,
why wouldn't the guy want why wouldn't his friend press charges to get money for his friend, this PI? So Guardian sold the gun, the pew pew, kept the money. When he was supposed to sell it, get the money and give it to this PI guy, because the pew pew was his dad's. Why wouldn't his friend push it and sue him in small claims for it? It doesn't make any sense.
and my dad passed, and again, I'm not trying to be rude, y'all. Please excuse me. I had a mother pass 3 years ago. It's horrible. I get that, but if I had a good friend and I'm trying to help my elderly mother with money, and my friend does this thing with Gov, and we find out that Gov does something to our estate, why didn't your good friend say, yo, that's not right? How come we're not doing this? How come, we're going to go deal with this now? How come your friend didn't do that?
Well, what was he going to say?
I would see a cop over a gun, because I don't want any gun to be out there with my name on it that's registered.
No, he didn't have it. He sold it to a gun shop.
No, wait a minute. Before that happened, though, your friend was a co-register on that permit. That's what you said.
No,
so if he's co-registered...
Not on the permit. The guns were co-registered. The permits were separate.
Okay.
The guns are...
That's even better. Your friend and Gov were co-registered on the gun. Okay? Guns follow owners. Okay? So my question is, when you found out that Gov had done this, why didn't your good friend say, yo, we're gonna do something about this? I'm just curious. Because if that had been my friend, I would have dropped him like a bad habit.
No, he did.
What was your friend's response?
What was he going to say? Because
excuse me, he sold the gun. I'm on.
Wait a minute. Listen to me. You ask me questions, now let me answer them.
Okay, let's hear it.
When you co-register a gun in
Yes.
your state, that makes you an owner, no matter how many other people are on that. Gov technically could have sold that gun. It didn't belong to him. He never paid for it as far as that goes, but they're not going to question you. As far as the state was concerned, he owned that gun. He was one of the owners of that gun. He had the right to sell it.
So what you're saying is, in the state of New York, when you have a weapon, a gun, and you have 2 registered owners on that gun, one person can sell the gun despite the other one. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Which is not correct.
Okay, so again, let's talk about your friend, okay? What did your friend do when that gun got sold behind y'all's back? What did your friend do? I'm just curious.
What could he do?
No. I don't want to know what could. And excuse me if I seem rude, I'm not. What did your friend do? Your mother just lost her husband. Y'all trusted these people. What did your friend do? How did he handle it? What did he do? I'm curious.
He wasn't happy about it. What could he do?
What could he do? Really? I mean, depending on what it was, I mean, it could have been an expensive pew pew. It may not have been that expensive, but the point was, the whole thing was, Gov was supposed to sell it and get the money and give it to this guy whose father passed. And the money was supposed to go to his mom, to go to the widow's mom. No, the widow's wife, I should say. The widow's wife. No, the widow. But his friend who was quote-unquote, co-owner, co-registered owner on the gun, didn't do anything about it and just said, yeah, whatever.
There's a lot he could do. I'd be knocking on Gov's door. I'd be knocking on Gov's door going, yo, what's going on? What did your friend do?
He's going in, at that point when we found out, I actually found out where the gun went. My friend didn't know. As far as he knew, he still had possession of the gun. I have letters, emails, where he says he still has the gun on a certain date, and the gun was sold 16 days before.
Okay.
He didn't have the gun. He sold it, and then he tried playing a money game by mixing it in with 2 other guns he had sold.
So again,
Yeah.
you're selling, and I'm going to call it something different because I heard nothing. I need to change language. So I'm going to call it a volleyball. Okay. So I like that early in the comments. So we have a volleyball. You can't do it because you didn't want to do the letter for $300. You've got this volleyball, and your friend. Are you still friends with this guy, by the way?
Yes.
Okay. This is a friend of the family. He co-registers a gun with Gov. Gov sells it behind your friend's back. Did your friend confront Gov about it?
Well, yeah, we did talk to him quite a bit about it.
Okay. And did y'all just say, hey, how'd you do that? It's okay, or I'm mad? I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, I understand there's different laws. I think New York is a little bit different, but I'm just curious about your friend. And out of all the actions, Sears won't do nothing about this. We've got other businesses not doing anything. And I'm just very curious why, when it was sold, you didn't talk to somebody else. Like, I would have if it dealt with a gun and somebody sold it, especially that friend, I would have dragged that friend somewhere and say, look, he sold this behind my back. And my name was on there. Because I know in certain states, property, whether there's one or not, if there's 2 people on there, usually sometimes they both have to be involved on it. Yep. I'm just saying.
Yep.
But I've asked enough questions and monopolized the time. I think I've got all the information I need. Thank you for humoring my questions, y'all. You can drop me down because I don't know how.
I think Auburn comes back now and says a couple things. The martial arts instructor retired 3 years ago, moved to Ohio. His name is John. Oh, it's not Bob?
Can you hear me still, Jim?
Yes.
Very good question, Sandy. Are you married, Jim? I mean, I know it's a personal question. Are you married or single?
No, I'm not married.
I think she said she was a PI. I think she mentioned something about that.
Is the phone number that you gave us, is that on like a real plan? Is it in your name?
No, it's on a family plan.
Okay, and what did we figure out from this line of questioning? We figured out, based on what was said, this gentleman lives with his mom, and he is on a family plan account that his mom owns. So if you've been a successful PI, you're on your mom's phone account? You think it's his wife? You don't think it's his mom? Yes, Gov was also on a family plan. He told me it was a family plan, or it was in the live. I think you may have said it, Stace. I think you may have said it. That didn't he say something about he needed money for his phone bill, and he has a family account and his kids are still on it or something? Yep, 5 phone lines. Yeah, okay, that's where I heard it. Huh. Do you have Governor's voice? Yeah, we do. Hey, Scam, can we go to the beautiful bean footage if you have a minute? We did this last night, guys, while this live was going on. Yeah, he is definitely stolen valor, according to what I've heard. Last night during the live, Scam found the recording of him in his live, and we're talking about Guardians. And, you know, we noticed the guy in the box, his voice was a little lower and maybe a little bit slower than what Gov sounded like. So she slowed it down and we played it. So we're going to hear that in a minute.
Okay. You want me to play the slowed down version?
Yeah, can you do that?
Yep.
And listen, you guys think what you want on this. You know, I'm like I said, I still feel as though this guy could very well be Gov, Miss PI.
And if he's got nothing to worry about, but he stated last night that that's not his name.
Listen to the S's.
Not him. I've got the screenshots. They were clipped and they were sent to me. I just can't play them right now. But he stated last night that that's not his name. I've got the screenshots. They were clipped. I play them right now. But if he wants, I'll post them on my page. But he said that the name that I gave Tim and to the Dyersburg is not him. So if it's not you, then what are you guys so pissed off for?
So that was the real Gov.
Okay? Period.
So that was the real Gov.
Is that on like a real plan?
And this is the PI. We'll listen to him a little more.
Is the phone number that you gave us, is that on like a real plan? Is it in your name?
No, it's on the family plan.
Okay.
I mean, it's uncanny.
Everything Checkmate sent me, I looked at, and if I was in her same exact spot, I brought you here to speak the by themselves and brought you.
I want him to talk again.
I got something.
I love Auburn. I got something.
So, out of your 17-year PI career, did you use the internet at any time in them 17 years?
Didn't we already cover this?
You could hear a cricket. I think Auburn's trying to piss him off again here.
How much money did you make?
That's none of your business, dude.
So you're not going to tell me?
Nope. Like I said, it's none of your business. I'll tell you what I charge for an hour, though.
I'm not talking about
Listen to this.
what you think I'm talking about then. How much did you make scamming these people?
Nice try, dude.
Right, Giselle?
How much did you make? 100 grand? 200 grand? $500,000? How much did you make? Did you make $2 million?
So just how much longer are you going to waste my time here? I mean, you guys got a hold of me. I didn't get a hold of you guys.
You keep saying you guys, but I didn't get in touch with you.
This group, whatever this group is.
I'm not in a group. I ain't never been in a group.
Well, you're here, and you seem to be, everybody has a high opinion of you, and so far the only thing I've seen is you don't know what the hell you're doing, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't even know the difference between a civil case and a criminal case, and you don't understand that I've only been here for maybe a week, but I'm supposed to know the shit that he was doing online when I didn't know until I was contacted by somebody here. What the fuck does that even sound reasonable or any common sense or logic in it?
Auburn is very good.
And what year did you say your father passed away? I'm sorry to bring that up again.
2008.
So now listen, it's obvious, okay? It's obvious that people behind the scenes right now in these boxes are looking information up on this guy while he's in a box, okay? Again, I ask, what real PI would sit there in a box when he supposedly is coming to this live to help people investigate a scammer that has taken thousands of dollars from somebody and has done other sketchy shit on this app? What real PI would sit there while people are digging into his own personal life for something he's not getting paid for, would sit there and then just take all this and answer questions like this? Who do you live with? Are you on a family plan? Any real PI would be like, fuck you. This isn't worth my time. I was going to help you guys out. But obviously, you don't trust me. That's fine. I have work to do. Yep. He's a narcissist and he craves attention on him. He has to play the hero. Yep.
At the beginning, he actually referred to the group, as he calls it, as his clients. Was somebody going to pay him clients? And I thought he was retired. I thought he didn't have a PI license anymore, or does he? If he doesn't have a PI license anymore, how does he have clients? Like what?
Right? Hold on, I'm just making a comment here. Scam, do you have both parts on your account?
Yes, I do. But I think the end of that first part cuts off, and it doesn't have the part with Homie on it.
Okay.
I did watch a clip of that on Kool-Aid Mustache's account.
Right. Oh, I'll pull that one. I think I can access her on my other account.
If you wanted to clip that one in at the end of part 1, and then part 2's on there. Yes.
Right. We're listening to part 2 right now.
Oh, okay.
I didn't listen to part 1 yet. I mean, it's just so long.
Oh.
But I just wanted everybody to listen to this second part.
Both are on there. But the part with when Homie comes in and all of that, I think it cut off of part 1, maybe because they were getting reported. And they were about to get discontinued and they restarted. So I think it messed something up and it kind of cut it off a little bit early.
Let me see if I can pull up Kool-Aid Mustache.
But the part.
Oh, here it is. Okay. Here it goes. I think this is it.
I know the difference between civil and criminal. This is criminal.
Every record I have
that is so good. That is so good.
It is gone through the courts as a civil case. It's a totally different jurisdiction of law from criminal case.
So you've never took any information to the district attorney in the state that he lives in?
What am I going to do there? It's been handled through the courts already. It's gone through the courts.
What?
Civil matter.
It's gone
now,
through
what
the
I'm hoping to do here is take everything and bring it to the public. But now that it's crossed state lines, it might be federal. Now that he's used PayPal, it might be wire fraud. Now that anything.
Ever since the internet has existed,
how did you know it was PayPal? I thought he hasn't really started investigating this yet. He just came across it recently.
We're one here with you guys. I don't have all the stuff. You guys do.
You don't have anything against him? You can't show us anything that you have against him where he scammed people?
We have it.
Did you guys see the records I posted? They're all civil records. It's all civil matter.
But that stuff you can pull up on your
own.
own.
I want to, and they're going to look at it and say, yeah, well, fine.
And you can backdate the posts.
To the courts. It's a done deal.
So you've never took it to the FTC, the police, the sheriff, the state's attorney general, Better Business Bureau, Internet, FBI, Internet Complaint Center, none of that stuff, right? You've never even tried that route?
Why would I try that route when it's all...
Because it works. Because it works.
You're talking your pedophiles, they're actually criminals with flesh and...
This ain't got nothing to do with pedophiles. I'm talking about the information you gathered against this guy.
The information I got is all civil cases. You're not understanding this.
I don't understand how it's civil when you got so many people that's been scammed, that's came forward, and they can contact their bank and get information to where they get their money back, where they were scammed, all types of shit like that.
And that's what they did, but it was handled through the civil courts. It wasn't a criminal matter. If you showed up with this to a cop, they're going to say, that's great, we can't do anything because it's a civil matter. You have to take him to civil court to get that money back.
It's not civil, sir. You're not listening to what I'm saying. It's no longer civil once he's done it to so many people over state lines.
Okay, you realize I just got into this, right? I've been.
I don't know what you just got into.
It's not Gov.
I just got into this.
It's supposedly somebody who's been investigating Gov, but it sounds just like it.
I've never heard of this before until I was contacted by a couple people off this group. This is new to me. I have no records. I have no documentation.
So how did he know PayPal was used?
I need documentation. I need statements. I need verified criminal complaints. I need witnesses that will come forward and tell their story to either law enforcement or the media or wherever it takes to get him.
And you don't have this information? And you've been covering him for 17 years and you have none of this?
So what I don't think people's understanding is some of this has been through the court system and the people still didn't get their money back. There's court documents.
How did they not get their money back? They can contact...
The comment on the screen is, if he had been properly vetted, all of this embarrassment could have been avoided.
The fucking bank.
I have the court documents. I mean, we can put them up.
And nothing was done.
From the documents, it doesn't look as though no.
Civil matters. You realize?
Well, then you're putting it as a civil matter. This ain't a civil matter.
It is. As far as
civil will be each individual person that was scammed. When it brings it all together and it's a lump fucking sum of money, that's when he gets got.
This guy is being just. He wants to be confrontational. He doesn't want to listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not confrontational, but nothing you're saying is making any sense. And you yourself say you're a private investigator, and I mean, goddamn, you sound just like the fucking guy. I mean, let's be honest here. Just fucking like him. Okay. You really do, man. I mean, I'm just being honest with you.
That's fine. I really don't care what you think. I
don't care if you care what I fucking think, but I'm just telling you, sound just fucking identical to the guy.
You're not it's a stupid matter. Every record I got.
Okay, Adam, I want to hear you say to Auburn now. Now, Auburn, we don't want people to be going around with this fake da-da-da-da-da. Let's hear it, Adam. Come on.
It's no longer civil. It's a fucking cyber crime at that point.
Let me ask you, Adam. Was it because I was saying that and you knew I was live and people were saying, "Oh, Scammyclaus is live and she's saying that this guy's Gov and you guys are getting screwed"? Is that why you said it? But now Auburn's in there, you're not gonna bring it up, right?
Understand that I've been here less than a week.
No, it's just that you aggravated the fuck. I want to do the same way that Gov motherfucker does.
Because you're just being stupid for your sake.
Oh, here comes Mexican homie.
People's hearing you now.
Release the hounds.
Let's go.
He's sounding more like him now, ain't he?
Yep.
He's sounding more like him now.
Good one, Auburn.
I can see why with you.
Because you get pissed off instead of talking to me normal.
Yep.
I'm telling you that you can't just, this ain't no fucking civil crimes, man.
And I explained things to you several times and you still want to misinterpret it or not.
You said you didn't have time.
I'm gonna
said
tell you
didn't
what.
have time for that
Auburn
shit.
is a
what are you
fucking
talking about?
genius. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
This stuff
He
is
got in there and got him all
all
riled up, and his
this
voice
internet
went
stuff
normal.
that you keep saying that I should have known about. I've only known about for maybe 5 days. Hey, I didn't know this stuff was going on. Hey, Jim. Yes. You remember me? Hey, Jim, you remember me? You used to go by multi-scammers? When we started our Stopping the Scammers account, you remember me, don't you? We had a phone conversation back then. You remember me, multi-scammers? Because I know who you are. Who am I? We had a phone conversation about the Jack Henry case. You're the one that provided me all his police files. You're busted, buddy. You're busted. You can't be trusted. I'm out of here. I can't believe you guys let this guy fool you.
Thank you, homie. Appreciate it.
I don't
You said you haven't been on TikTok ever before. He just said you have been on TikTok.
That's good for him. I've never been on
So
TikTok.
he's a liar? I've never known this guy to lie. I've been knowing him a long fucking time. Never known him to lie.
I really don't.
I support him 100%. You know why? Because he don't fucking lie. I support people that don't lie.
That's great for you, man.
But what I've done here, I've exposed you.
Yep.
You're full of shit.
Yep. There's the laugh.
Just like him too.
There's the laugh.
This ain't no coincidence, man. Do I know the difference between civil and criminal?
Boom. So yeah, it sounds like Homie is saying that indeed he had a discussion with another creator that went by a different name that Homie was on a phone call with. I didn't hear what the case was. I'm assuming, well, I'm not even going to assume. He said that they were working on a case and this other creator sent him police documents or criminal documents. And Homie talked to this guy on the phone. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Dax. Right, multi-scammer.
Oh, it was during the Dax Emery stuff. Okay. Yeah.
So, okay. So you have Homie that went in there and obviously recognized his voice. We know that Guardians has had multiple accounts. Pops, Guardians of Valor. He had lines were crossed. And it sounds like this multi-scammers account. And they don't think it's possible that he's made another account called, what was it, JJ Monin BFF or something?
Okay. And were you married in the past or no?
No, I was not.
Okay.
JM Monin BFF, yep.
And you said you're currently on a phone plan, and you know why I'm asking, because Checkmate gave me the information that you said it was okay for her to give me. What
I believe it now.
Up, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not.
Be kind. I absolutely.
Yeah, no, but
I think he's got more accounts than he's on.
You
And
said
Jim,
you're like
as you can understand, Jim, this is
Absolutely.
what we do. We get pieces of information, and again,
Listen, you know what? I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to say this. Is there part of me that is laughing today? Absolutely. But is there part of me that also has been in their shoes where you think you know somebody and you give them your platform and you support, what you think they're doing? Yes, that's happened to me and it sucked. So, I'm not going to take digs. I'm not going to do that. But I think sometimes, and I'll agree with this. Sometimes when you're not so invested in it and you're looking from the outside in, there's a lot of exactly what Adam and other people were saying about Guardians earlier. they said that they had seen red flags. This was back like 3 weeks ago when they did that live. They were talking about red flags. Sometimes when you are involved in the situation, you don't pick up things like everybody else does. But last night, being on the outside looking in, we were sitting over here and picking out all these red flags. Most notably, it sounds like him. I mean, you know, so do I fault them? I don't, because I think that they, and listen, is there any proof? Is there any proof one way or another who this guy is? If they weren't convinced last night, and I'm still not 100% convinced this isn't Gov, what are you going to do? We've all been duped before on this.
Said was Checkmate vetted to the best of her ability without getting a bus or a plane or something rolling and coming and shaking your hand in New York. So when we started getting messages from people and we started vetting and playing around back, trying between violations and messages, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to continue, and all the barrage of messages we're getting,
I believe so.
Questions you're getting here.
Clock.
Now that we're getting more and more information,
I don't have proof.
It's what we do. And I know that you can understand that as much bullshit as Gov has put us through, you seem to know him best, right? So allowing us to do this and get this information is just going to take a little time.
Tell the truth. Whenever somebody comes in with a 00,
I know we all do. Appreciate you answering the questions.
Well, that's not a problem. I just want to get over this part and actually do some work on this. I mean, I feel like I'm wasting my time here with this.
Can I make a comment, Scammy?
You're not wasting your time.
Yes, let me pause. Yep.
So, after the live, I rewatched their live. And so when you do that, you kind of catch other things that maybe
what did you find?
Well, one of the things was here when he's in that clip you played when Auburn was talking about civil versus criminal and all of that. That went on for a while. I went back and listened to the beginning part of the live, and he mentioned how he had interviewed tons of witnesses and victims of all these other scams that Gov had run on people locally. And he said that he had turned things in to the authorities. He was like, yeah, I work with authorities all the time. And when I got all this documentation, I handed over to the police and all that. But then later on, he's saying, oh, no, this isn't criminal. It's all civil stuff. So if you listen to the beginning and then compare some things to what he says later on when he's being questioned, he contradicts himself.
Mm-hmm. And the thing that I found interesting, okay? One of the things that you and I and Tracy were talking about behind the scenes was, you said, I thought he was going to show some evidence, some proof tonight. And nothing was shown that you, Scam, didn't find yourself.
Exactly. All the stuff from the blog or anything that came up on a basic search. Mm-hmm.
To me, it sounds like he hasn't done shit, and he's basing his quote-unquote investigations on what you were able to do. So congratulations, Scam. You are now a private investigator.
I used to conduct investigations. I wasn't a private investigator, but because another thing that I found, I don't know if you mentioned it because I came in late, is he said that his best friend, Bob, is the one that ran this karate studio in Hamburg, New York. Well, I took it upon myself to look up every karate studio in Hamburg, New York, which there's quite a few, by the way, about 7 or 8. And you can easily go to their websites, and it states who owns and runs every single karate place. The owners, the contact information is all right there. None of them are named Bob or Robert.
Well, Stacy was saying that he doesn't, if I'm not mistaken, Stacy, correct me, I believe Stacy said that he doesn't even have a friend named Bob. His name is John.
Well, last night in the live, he said his name was Bob, and that he ran a karate
Look what Stacy
studio
said.
in
His name is
Hamburg.
John. That's the guy who owned the karate place 3 years ago, and he moved to Ohio.
Well, I mean, I don't think any of it's true.
Tell me something, Scam. Can you articulate again? I did earlier, but since you were the one who looked it up, can you explain that blog site and what you found when the blog was started, and what you can do with the date on stuff?
Yeah, let me see. I think I still have the screenshots saved here of what it said. So on that blogger page where you can, create blog posts, you can go in and create an account. And you don't have to start blogging right away, right? You can just create an account and like read other people's blogs and stuff. But then, at some point you can start your own blog as well. So it shows that blog account that he's using, the username was started in 2014. But then anytime after that, he could have started his actual blog on there. And if you go to the help section on that blogger webpage, there are instructions as to how to backdate posts. All you have to do is go to that, whatever it was called, Blogger. I think it's just like blogger.com. Let me see. It's, blogger.com. It gives instructions as to how to backdate the posts. It says click on edit post on the right hand menu bar to schedule. Through it, you can put any past date of your choice for that particular post, and that date will now be displayed as the date of posting. Hope that helps. Like it gives instructions to users as to how to do that, how to change the dates.
So now the date where he created the account was 2014.
Yes.
Now, can you backdate or can you backdate that? Do you know?
I don't think so, but I mean, he could have just created that account and not done anything with it until anytime. Like he could have just had that account and not made any blog posts. Maybe he was just reading other people's blogs or whatever. I do think he did create that account in 2014.
But when were those blogs posted?
I think the dates on there start in 2017.
Okay, 2017.
But he could have, like I said, he could have did those literally yesterday and then backdated them to 2017. Another thing that I found when I was looking up some information, he keeps saying, oh, well, like nobody's going to take Gov to court over like $3,000 or anything like that because it's going to cost you like $5,000 just for a lawyer to go to small claims court. No, absolutely
need a lawyer.
not.
You don't need a lawyer for small claims.
I have gone to small claims court myself. You do not need a lawyer. It's typically in front of a magistrate where you don't need a lawyer. You just present your evidence and they present their evidence, and it's more informal than a regular hearing. And I looked it up. It says in Erie County, New York, small claims filing fees depend on the amount you're suing for. It is $15 for claims up to $1,000, and it's $20 for claims from $1,000 to the $5,000 limit. And it goes directly to the clerk of the civil court. So it would not cost $5,000 to put in a civil claim in Erie County, New York. It would cost you, for a $3,000 judgment request, it would be $20, not $5,000. Yeah, not $5,000. Yeah, I think so too, Debbie. I think he was trying to discourage victims from filing. So acting like it would be a whole big rigmarole and you'd have to hire an attorney and it was going to cost thousands of dollars. That is not the case.
Listen to what Stacy, he told the live a few nights ago that I'd be wasting my time to take him to court.
It's $20.
Jesus.
It's $20. It does not cost much at all. I know here, I've done it here in Pennsylvania. I did not have an attorney. I represented myself. I had to pay, there's like a base fee of like $55 or something. And then there's an additional fee depending on how much of a judgment I'm requesting. Same kind of thing. The more that you're requesting, the higher the fee gets. I think here in Pennsylvania it starts off at closer to around 80 to 100 altogether. But I mean, every state's different. But Erie County, New York, $20 it says.
Now, tell Stacy. I'm glad you're still here. You spoke with Gov on the phone quite a few times, correct? Based on you've probably talked to him more than anybody, okay, on TikTok. What does your gut tell you about this guy? Yeah. And listen, Stacy, if you want to pursue, okay, a small claims against Gov, reach out to me. I'll help you with it. Okay, because I got time. I'd be more than happy to help you. I'm sure there's a lot of people on here that would be willing to help you. I know Scam has done a lot of stuff through the legal system. I'm sure she would be willing to help also.
Yeah, I can try to help too, because I don't know if there's a way to file it online or if you can send it through the mail or if you have to go in person. Like, I'm not sure what their process is in that particular court. I just specifically looked up the fees for right now.
Okay. Stacy said she's working with somebody. Good. Well, and if you need anything in the future, you just reach out. Okay. So let's listen to, listen, I said it last night. You know, we did a poll in here last night. I think there were like 300 people, 250 or something. And we put a poll up. Do you think this PI is Gov? Yes, no, or not sure? I want to say it was 85% said yes. I want to say, what was it? Like 12% or something like that said no. And then there was a smaller number that said not sure. 89? Yeah, I forgot the numbers. It was something, it was definitely leaning towards this is definitely him. But let's listen to the rest of this. Plus, because I have to go use the ladies' room, so I'll be right back.
Who you say you are, and you're really going after a scammer, and you're really trying to do something. But you got to understand, people on here listening are also very leery. There's some things that are very questionable. And Fallon was on point exactly when she said that Checkmate, without going to New York, checked everything. I mean, I saw the video you sent her. I saw the documents you sent her. And I can do a little bit of a deep dive into that for sure. That's not something I can do this second. But the whole point is without her going there, she did exactly everything she could do. And you said you're on a family plan. I mean, do you live with, I know you said your dad has passed. Do you stay with your mother?
Okay, I'm not going to answer questions about my family. Like I said,
I'm not asking your personal information. I'm just trying to put together if 2 and 2 equals 4 or 2 and 2 equals 5. I mean, that's all I'm trying to do.
It's a family plan. The plan is not in my name, if that's what you're asking. But like I said, you got my number. If you want to call me, call me. I'm right here. I'll answer the phone.
You want to take down this guy that you've been after for this many years, and everybody in this chat and everybody listening, everybody streaming, that guy duped also. They fell for everything just the same as anybody else that believed in that man. So for anybody to sit out anywhere and say that we look like fools or whatever, everybody looks like a fool that ever talked to that man. So I'm trying to ask you questions. So if you are who you are, you can go do your job that you wanted to do for 17 years, because obviously we got a lot of information about that man. So it's kind of like, if you want him that bad, it's your
right, sissy.
It's kind of your burden of proof that you would want to show these people that you're not him.
Okay.
In whatever way you want to do it, I'm saying. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody how they need to do something, but I mean, if I were in your shoes, I would want to say, like,
I agree, Debbie.
This is how I can prove, in your own way, whatever way you can do it, like that. I want to get this man. I am not this man.
Well, I do want to get him, but you look at it from my point. I'm trying to explain to everybody. I work through public records. If what I find is usually settled, it's gone through the courts, it's been decided, there's a judgment, it's done.
So he looks through public records. There was a judgment. It was decided. It's done. What? So he's not finding anything new? He's just finding old stuff that Scam was already able to find. So what exactly is he doing then? He's not like finding anything new on him? That's the thing I don't understand.
The case is over with. There's nothing more to go on it. I cannot take it to anybody and say, well, you guys got to open this case up on this guy because he did all this. They already know.
Exactly, Firewife.
The case has been gone through the courts. It's done.
Well, and he put all this stuff on his website about all these cases and all these victims of these other things from a long time ago, years ago. But there's nothing on there about how Gov, quote unquote Gov, tried to scam him with this whole pew pew deal.
Right.
And if he really wanted to get him so bad, why didn't they contact the police or try to prosecute for him illegally selling the pew pew and stuff like that? Like, it doesn't make any sense, that whole part.
I agree. It's all very strange.
Let me go on. And what I'm hoping for here is now that he has gone nationwide, he's on the internet, he's crossed state lines, I'm hoping to get something out of here I can add to this, and at the very least, take it to the investigative reporters on that news station of the video I posted.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. So if you want to do that so bad,
I agree, Mincy.
All the people here that have the information about him and they're a part of wanting to take him down, they need to believe that. They need to be sure. They need to believe. Everybody does.
Okay, but there's one other issue.
Right, Carolyn?
What are you guys going to do? I mean, this is fine, okay? I've gotten a lot of information. I now know what he's been doing for the last couple years.
Remember he just said like a few hours ago that he doesn't have any information? He said, I just started this on here on TikTok and I don't have a lot of information, but now he's saying he has a lot of information?
He's been online. This is your guys' investigation. I need somebody here who's been a victim, been scammed, sent emails back and forth. I need someone to come forward and document it.
Which Stacy did, and he told her it's not worth charging.
I know of two people that already said they are willing to do that even before we met you. So the point is nobody is going to want to work off of doubt and uncertainty.
I honestly
They did everything to vet you and try to make sure you are who you are. I would have done the same thing she did, and then I would have brought you on to talk. But that's what awareness is. Everybody here listening, everybody in here.
I think so too, Sugar Boom Boom. I think that's very plausible.
For themselves because we don't tell people what to think.
Right, Axel?
You're saying that I need your help. Okay, yeah, I do. But
maybe we need yours and maybe you need ours, but everybody has to be sure also.
Well, I've done what I can to vet myself, but if, like I said, if nobody here comes forward and I can document something with actual police report, a verified criminal complaint, a statement, a signed statement, any other kind of evidence you can hand my way, I've got nothing as far as this goes. It's a dead end for me. There is nothing here for me that will help me.
Right, Sissy?
But who's going to hand something over if there's so much uncertainty is the issue. And you were brought here to help clarify some things on Gov, and you want him down just as bad. So I'm saying you got to help also, like, try to take away that uncertainty, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do, but you guys contacted me, so I'm only going to take this so far where if it comes to be a dead end, it's not helping me. All I have here is hearsay. And
so what? People getting scammed, it's a dead end for people getting scammed because we can't just...
It's just hearsay?
Lay the cards on the table, everybody, us, you, and say,
You
hey...
know, victims would have the copies of the messages back and forth,
Which
where
I'm sure Stacy does. Yep.
Yeah, where he asked for money and where he lied about who he was and
Yep.
things about his life, and it would show deception and what he was asking for money for. And then she also has the screenshots of the transactions and which account it was going from and to. So that's not hearsay, that's evidence.
Exactly.
These are the people scammed. This is the investigator. This is how we are going to go after this guy and get him and get all of our ducks in a row, all of our documents together. I mean, I think everybody in these boxes would be willing to do that.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I sent Checkmate the stuff. She sent you the stuff. You got my phone number. You can video call me at any point in time. That's the most I'm going to do as far as this goes, because I don't know if he's here. I don't know how many of his friends are here, and I don't want to put myself out there to him right now. I want to be able to walk around his Davie neighborhood and maybe walk past him and him not realize it's me.
I think that's impossible.
So like I said earlier in the broadcast,
Especially
Jim, I
since it
mentioned
is you.
that Gov has put out addresses, phone numbers, dates of birth of women on the internet. And to protect these women and anybody else that fears for their information getting out, there's a process in which several creators have gone about to scrub their information off the internet. And like Google Earth, do you know about that?
Google
Right,
Earth,
Pink?
yes.
Okay. And like getting your information off and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you done that process?
Yeah, like I said, I've used the internet as a basis to start investigations. I've been doing it pretty much the whole time.
So you blurred your house out off of Google Earth?
Did I blur? Not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
That is true, because if you look at Gov, his real name, and you look up his house, because we came across all kinds of stuff too, he has his house blurred off of Google Maps. And so that was her kind of trying to call
Yep.
him out on that.
Yep.
If you were us, Jim, and someone had come to you with information as valuable as what we hold over here on TikTok, that could open up a whole new avenue for you to pursue Gov's nefarious actions. If you had me or Auburn or anybody, one of us on the panel in a box and could prove do or die, what would be your suggestion to me?
Well, I don't know what you want. I mean, you guys came
No,
to me.
I'm
I understand that, yeah, he's a problem. He does this shit.
Ooh, Duchess, that's true.
I mean, he's just horrendous, the stuff he has done. But you either trust me or you trust Checkmate, or you trust Adam, what they seen. Like I said, I'm not hiding anything as far as that. I gave them my phone number. They can call me. They can video chat with me anytime they want. They can see that I'm not Gov.
And again, I'm going to say this again. Does anybody really know what Gov looks like? I mean, does anybody know what he looks like in the past 3 months? Does anybody have a definitive picture of him? The pictures that I have seen that are supposedly him, because again, who the fuck knows who he is? I mean, we definitely have a name. But does anybody know, and does anybody have a recent 100% ironclad proven picture of who he is.
Well, I didn't send you this yet, Scammy, but I have yes, I have photos of him that I found online on other social media. And so yes, his face could look different and all of that, but one thing that will not change is tattoos. And I have multiple screenshots of his tattoos, which are pretty much cover very heavily both of his lower arms. And I have multiple screenshots of those from photos that I've obtained. Um, if I would have come across those before, I could have maybe suggested that. Like, look, if you don't want to show your face, show your arm. Show your arm on camera, because you'd be able to determine by looking at his arm and comparing it to the pictures if they're the same tattoos.
And
So I have multiple screenshots of his tattoos, and that would have been, and he could have done that and not shown his face.
now, didn't we talk about that last night? Like,
A little bit,
I wish we knew if he had tattoos so he could
yeah.
just.
A little bit, but we hadn't really like delved into it. But I afterwards I did, and I can send you the screenshots I have that show all the tattoos that go up and down his arms. There's even
Wow.
some screenshots of him with his shirt off, because it looks like he's on vacation, maybe at a beach or whatever, and you can see all of his full tattoos on his whole entire top torso. So the appearance of those is not going to change. You know, he could have
Right.
changed his hair, shaved his head, shaved his
Exactly.
beard, you know, colored it a different color. Like, you know, there's all different things like that that you can do to change your appearance, but those tattoos are not going to change.
No,
Unless you added to.
tattoos can fade a little
Yeah.
bit. Tattoos can become larger if you put weight on. They can become smaller if you lose weight, but they don't.
Yep. Or
change.
sometimes you can add to it, you
Right.
know, add to an existing tattoo and things like that, but you'd still be able to determine if those same tattoos are there compared to the photos that we have, no, even if they're old photos. There's
Yeah.
lots of tattoos.
Yep.
But I don't know who else is in this room. Like I said,
But I mean, in a perfect world, though, Jim, in a perfect world, say that nobody goes and does anything crazy. There's not crazies on the internet. There's not this, there's not that. In a perfect world, what would be the answer to be able to prove that you are not this dangerous guy?
well, you can just call me and video call me.
Everybody's scared to call you because we don't know. I wouldn't even take the chance of star 69ing anybody.
Listen, I would not video call because I'm not giving my phone number out. I told him that in the messages. That's the reason I didn't FaceTime him. I'm just not going to give my phone number out to people. I don't give my number out to anybody. He doesn't have Instagram.
You know, this shit is like the Twilight Zone.
Well, you don't think this can go much further, in my opinion, because Checkmate, you did everything you could to vet and see who he was, and if we're going to stay in the same exact spot, then I mean, I don't see it going anywhere.
Hey, Jim, it's Jess.
Yeah,
Jess,
and
how
here
you doing?
comes Bougie. Da 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 da. And Bougie said, "Yeah, we'll we'll do a FaceTime call. You have my number, Jim." Weird. And then like 20 minutes later, 25 minutes later, she said that, yes, I did do a video call with him. It's definitely not Gov. I took some screenshots. I'll send it to you, Adam, and I'll send it to you, Checkmate. But no, it's definitely not Gov. But again, my question is, does anybody really know what Gov looks like?
Well, and that whole thing was very suspicious, because she said to him, do you have an iPhone? or
Yeah,
not.
and he said yes.
Yes, and she said, "Oh, so you do." She even asked him again, "Oh, so you do have an iPhone?" And he said, "Yes." And she said, "Okay, well, we can do a FaceTime call." And he said that he was in the live on his tablet, so he could do the FaceTime call on his iPhone and not have to disconnect from the live at all. And then when Bougie came back, she said that they did the FaceTime type of
Right.
deal by using, what was it,
Google
Google,
Meet or something. Was it
Google
Google
Meets
Meet?
or something. Well, somebody pointed out to me that to use Google Meet, you have to have a Google
You have
like
to have a
slash
Gmail account.
Gmail account.
Right. You
But
have to have
yet,
Gmail.
yeah, but yet he's not using like a Gmail account as this quote unquote private investigator. It's some real weird, free email system. I forget what it is. I'd have to look it up, but it's not a Gmail.
Right.
So what did he create a whole Gmail account too while they were waiting? Like, why wouldn't he be using the Gmail or the Google account? There was another thing that was weird about it. Oh, well, while everyone was waiting for Bushi to come back, he dropped out of the box and never came back, even though said he was on the live stream on his tablet and he would not have needed to drop at all to do this little call. He dropped out of the box and never came back. He
He
ran.
did come. Did he come back after? I don't remember if he did or not.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, no, I don't think he did.
Mm-mm. No. Right, yes, and he was muted when this supposed call was happening.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, it was all, listen, um, as I said, sometimes when I was, when I was supporting Gov on TikTok, along with many other people, the group that had the live last night, during that whole time that, Gov was in my boxes and, this and that, they said, oh, there were so many red flags that we saw. There were so many red flags that, we found out. And, pretty much saying, I can't believe that Scammy or anybody else didn't see these. Okay. Last night in that live, there were so many red flags that I saw, that Scam saw, that Tracy saw. And then I came live and everybody in my live, majority of the people were seeing so many red flags. So I think sometimes when you're not involved in it and you see things from a different perspective, you pick up things. So again, am I going to knock them for that? No, because it's happened before. But earlier in the live, this attitude like, pretty much, and this wasn't exactly what was said, but the attitude was for all you people saying that this isn't who we're saying it is and this is Gov, you shouldn't be spreading that information around. Checkmate has vetted him and this and that. And like how quickly that tune changed once Auburn got in there and started calling him out and basically said the guy was full of shit. And then all of a sudden they're like, started having their doubts and started, asking questions and all that. See, this is one of the reasons why I hate fucking TikTok. This is one of the reasons why I hate it. Because these same people will call somebody else out, which in turn has other people, dragging me all over the place, saying X, Y, and Z about what I knew and what I didn't know about Gov. And here they're kind of in the same position now.
Once we started seeing multiple red flags, I did reach out to someone on their panel because, when things like this happen, it kind of can give people some doubts as to credibility of certain people and awareness and all of that. And to me, that's never a good thing, right? So I was trying to relay the red flags we were seeing to someone on the panel to try to get it so that it didn't get this far, and to hopefully have them ask some of these tough questions about these red flags we were seeing. And so I did try to help. I did try to help. I was invited to the live, but I declined that because I'm not going to go into a live where Florida Man and his crew are welcomed. Just not.
No, I'm not either, because
Um,
and you know why? Because as soon as you go in there, the chat turns into a freaking melee. Okay. And I've done it before. I just start getting attacked from every end, and the mods don't do anything.
Yeah, and they accuse me of like following them around and all that, and I don't do that. I purposely avoid going places where they are.
Yep, me too.
I don't want any part of any of them at all. I don't want to discuss them. I don't want to be in places where they are, and that's protecting myself. So, and I let the person on the panel know that I don't want to be anywhere where those individuals are welcomed. Period. So I will not join the box. I will not join the live. Just how it is. But I did
Let me read
relay.
something. Hold on. Let me read something. Now, I'm going to read this, but just to be clear to everybody, this account is 00. Okay. Which usually when that happens, I'm concerned. But this person says, FM's latest post doxes full name of T's husband's victim 4 times. I mean, if that's the case, that's pretty gross. If that's the case, that's pretty gross.
I'm checking it.
You need help reporting it. All you have to do is click the bottom arrow. I think it looks like it's in a circle. You click that and you click report.
It looks like it does.
Wow.
At least once I am seeing a name there that should not be there. Put it that way.
Wow. Oh my God. And
Because
again,
he showed an unredacted version of the count at the very beginning, at the very top.
I dig it. I dig it, Blue Skies. Yeah, that should be reported. That's sick. And this is the thing. All these fucking people over there. And again, the hypocrisy is fucking wild on this app. All those people over there are saying about how I'm not taking a victim's side, and you don't believe a victim, and they talk about victims being put in harm's way all the time, especially when somebody is the victim of an SA. And yet this asshole's going to put somebody's name out, reportedly. A victim's name.
And it looks like people are calling him out in the comments. A few people.
Yeah, I bet I know what names I won't see.
I'm taking yeah, Spread Love's in there clapping for it. Isn't that nice? I saved the video and I took screenshots of the comments.
No, you're good, Blue Skies. I don't know who you are. I don't know. I don't know if you're somebody that is usually in here or you're not, but you're welcome in here. And thank you for letting us know. That's wrong on a lot of levels. Jesus.
But yeah, to reiterate what I was saying, I was truly just trying to be helpful, to their panel in pointing out these red flags. And I let them know that it wasn't just me. This wasn't just coming from me, that I was getting messages from multiple people that were all pointing out, the voice similarities, and also other things that we were seeing that did not line up, and different contradictions. The fact that he claimed his name was Jim and Gov's first name is really James, like it's the same name. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, so there was, I did send quite a few things to try to, stop it from getting as far as it did. But, what happened.
Hold on, I'm looking at something right now. When was the post from?
It's from today.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Oh,
It's on a
Jesus.
number
Yep.
7 account, and it's in the
Yep,
top
yep, I
paragraph.
see it. Yep.
It might be in the other sections too. Those are really hard to read. You'd probably have to screenshot it, blow it up to see it, but you can clearly see it in the top
Wow.
paragraph.
Wow. Mm. Wow. That's gross. Gross. That's you know what? He's done a lot of sick fucking things, but that takes the cake. That takes the cake. Jesus Christ.
And in one of his recent lives, he said like that he was going to put some of these documents out, and he said, "Well, but I'm going to make sure that it's redacted and double and triple and quadruple checked or something along those lines, and make sure that no none of the victims' information gets put out there." He said that. He said that, we're going to double, triple, quadruple check it to make sure if I post anything that the victim's information doesn't get out there.
And he was the same one that was saying that with the case, and that his opinion, as he said it, was that the prosecution decided to not go forward with that with that charge because they wanted to protect the victim. They wanted to protect the victim from having to go through everything again. His opinion, that's why those charges.
Well, this just goes to show that he's not putting any of this out because he gives a shit about the victim at all, like he claims. He doesn't. He absolutely doesn't.
And you know what? The way he works, and I've seen his work now for a while. To me, it would not surprise me if he did it on purpose, because he knows that there's some nut job on TikTok that follows him that will look this person up now.
And he knows.
And you know what? Anybody who's in earshot, do not do that. Do not track this person down. That's fucking sick.
And he knows that if he just makes some lame excuse or justification,
I didn't see it. My bad.
Yeah, that his friends will just be like, "Oh, okay,
he made a mistake.
Understand.
He made a mistake. He said he was sorry."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he didn't mean to do it. He didn't do it maliciously. He overlooked it. He apologized for it. He took accountability.
Yeah, he'll be like, "My bad." Oh yeah, like that. Like that's sufficient.
And all those people.
But he says,
God, I can't wait to hear what Monster says. I can't wait to hear Monster ream him a new one during anybody's live about putting a victim's real name out there. I can't wait to hear Mallory say that, because they are very supportive of people that have been through those situations. Which, listen, I don't blame them. Okay, I don't blame them. They are very supportive of people and try to help people that have been through SA situations. I want to hear what their response to it's going to be. And you know what? I don't want to hear this. Oh, we discussed it off the app. I told him I was very upset about it.
Yeah, we talked about it off the app, and we have an understanding. And that's all anybody needs to know.
We don't agree with what he did, but Florida man, or, you know, one of your lackeys, I'm sure somebody's always listening. Take that fucking post down. That's disgusting. Take the post down.
Did anybody repost it? Because if they did, that's pretty horrible too.
Let me see. Well, you know that little arrow thingy? It has a 27 under it. I don't know if that means that could have been shared. Let's see. You put the victim's name out there, bro. You know what's sad? That this has to be broken down for those who are denying it simply due to them not liking Florida man. Good job, Mother Moon. So you support him putting the victim's name out. Very good. Farah, yep, she posted under there. Spread love. Let's go, Scammy. I got 1 million more cupcake. She's a fucking weirdo. I'm going to tell you that right now. She's like weirdo in the sense where she would make a skin suit out of somebody and wear it. Like, that's the vibe. The child's name is on there 4 times, redacted immediately. This is not protecting a victim at all. And then Spread Love says, I made copies, Cupcake. Stop playing with child's life. Stop blaming the child.
What? When the child's name's on there?
Yep.
They're not a child anymore, but at the
and
time.
Then Mush said, it is wild. Do these people... Oh, my God.
Yeah, it is wild. I agree with that. It is wild.
It's wild. And here's TikTok snark.
Commenting in support of this.
Here's TikTok snark. The fact that we are debating the guilt of a guilty man. Does she... You know what? I'm going to take a fucking picture of this. Hold on. Can one of my mods, if you wouldn't mind, can you turn comments off for a minute? Because I want to get a clear shot of this. If you wouldn't mind, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so let's get this. This is, I don't want to put the person's name in there. Okay, good.
I don't show the person's name because it's all over that post. So.
Right. Okay, so let's take this screenshot here first. I don't think it's letting me. Can somebody, you got it, Tracy? Can you take pictures of all the comments too, of all the people that are okay with this? Because this is, oh my God, Polly, I'm honestly blown away that this is even a thing. Is it 1952 again and no one told me? What?
Wow.
Wow. Okay, thank you, Tracy. Wants to protect the victim, and yet posting the victim's name. You really can't. Wow. What does what mean, Crystal?
Yeah, I don't remember whose live it was in, if it was in
Polly said,
or if it was in Monsters, but he said that he was going to put out documents and he insisted that it was going to be thoroughly checked, double, triple, quadruple checked to make sure everything was redacted to protect the victim. He doesn't care about the victim. He just wants to use this to, attack people. He uses anything negative he can find to attack people. And again, I don't know why people keep saying that we're defending T's husband or defending any of the charges, because we're not. I don't know where they're getting that from.
Because it's easier for them to continue on a hate thing about me because of the fact that I'm exactly telling what's going on, exactly what a grand jury bases their decision on, which are charges that can be at that point that the police and the investigators think that they can hold against somebody. And they're allegations, right?
Right.
And allegations could be true or false. And I never said that they were all false.
Yep. The grand jury, listed what they felt like could be possibly looked into. And that was all based on what's presented by the prosecution. The defense is not even there to refute anything.
Right.
Just all
because
of the
there is no defense yet.
Yeah, all of the allegations are just put out there, and then the grand jury decides whether it should move forward to trial court. So, and then when it went to trial, there wasn't 4 counts, there was just 1 count.
When, everything was
and that's
said,
all we said. Like, we clarified different things.
Yeah, listen, it doesn't matter though, Scam. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what you say. They're going to turn it into how they want it to say it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. You want to talk about somebody in a group of people that say that you're blaming a victim and all that, and we need to protect victims and listen to victims and all this. Yet this asshole is putting the victim's name out. So that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Let's use all those people that are saying and calling me out for something that I didn't do. Let's see you call Florida Man out for what he did do. That's what I'd like to see. Bunch of fucking hypocrites. Ridiculous. So, if you guys go to Scam's YouTube, the lives, the Checkmate live last night, it's in 2 parts. It's on her page. I think my live is on your page too. But I didn't start listening in until, I don't know, I think I probably missed the first hour maybe. So if you want to listen to it there, you guys can do that. To sum everything up, listen, I don't believe shit anymore. Okay? I don't believe shit anymore. I don't believe, based on the things that I found out about Guardians, what he's been doing is, based on what I've seen, he's been doing it pretty much his whole life. Okay. So anything that comes up that he's done, I don't need to see any more evidence that he's not a good guy. I just don't need to. Anything that has to do with him though, and again, when you get somebody in a box that sounds exactly like him and has so many red flags that are coming up while the guy is in a box, and yes, it sounds just like Gov. I need to see absolutely undisputed proof that it's not Gov. But unfortunately, I think that's impossible to do because unless there is a current ironclad picture of who Guardians actually is versus who this PI investigator actually is, I don't know how you would say whether or not this guy is who he is.
I want to see the tattoos. Yeah. I have multiple pictures of all the tattoos on his arms. I would love to see the tattoos on his arms. That'd do it for me for sure.
Yeah. But at this point, I would not, me personally, I would not give this guy any information. I would not message him. I would not give him any information of yours. Obviously, I would not, if he started reaching out to me for anything, I would block him. Absolutely not. It stinks. It stinks too much.
I completely agree. Nobody should be giving him or anyone on TikTok a bunch of your personal information or anything like that. I do not recommend that whatsoever. I don't know. I think his account is still active, and he's following a lot of people, and some people are following him back. So just be very careful if he reaches out to you. My theory, which may differ from other people's in this room, my theory was, they put him in contact with Stacy, who was his one of his victims of his scam. And I truly believe that he was going to try to act like a hero again, pretend to be a hero again, try to get a bunch of followers, have people calling him sir and all that, and act like he's trying to help people, but that he was going to contact people on the back end and try to scam more people, including Stacy, who he had already scammed. I think he was going to try to get her again. I really do.
Yeah, and that is very plausible based on everything we've seen. And I would not doubt that he has more accounts on here. I would not doubt that he is friends and follows some of us on different accounts.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
No idea.
But DMing somebody on TikTok back and forth, comments or whatever, that's fine. But if things start getting a little personal, where maybe somebody wants a personal email, somebody wants to talk to you on the back end, use your common sense. Use your common sense. Especially after this whole thing with him.
And it was confirmed that he was kind of trying to romance scam Stacy. She has mentioned that in the past. So do not
You're talking about Guardians.
Yeah, with Guardians. Right. Which is the same person. But
yep. Right.
But do not fall for that crap, okay? TikTok is not a dating app. So I wouldn't even recommend having those type of conversations, romantic conversations, anything like that with someone you don't know on TikTok. You don't know who they are. They could be a serial murderer. They could be anyone. They could be, the worst of the worst. You don't know who they are. You don't know if they are who they say they are at all. Okay. If you want to date, get on a dating app or something. And even then, you got to be careful because there's scammers on there too.
Yeah.
So just
I agree.
Be careful everywhere you go.
And before I log off here, I want to thank everybody who reached out to me yesterday, who has reached out to me in with anything. I have gotten so many screenshots of what of comments that I've seen in chats and other people's lives. I've gotten clips of lives of what people have said. And I know it's because people are looking out for me. And I appreciate that very much. I can't thank you enough. I can't watch everything. I can't see everything. I can't follow everything. But it is very nice to know that there are people that are looking out for me. And I appreciate that because I don't know why I fucking deserve it. I'm just some, wrinkled up old bitch. I think I've been called that a couple times, on TikTok. And the fact that there are people that will support me and look out for me, I'm indebted. And I appreciate that very much. So, but I'm going to get off of here. Scam, I want to thank you for coming up. Again, thank you everybody who sent me messages and screenshots. I appreciate that. All my mods in here today, thank you very much for coming in. And thank you everybody for the conversation. I learn a lot. You never know who's going to show up in your chat. And you know, there's somebody that was in my chat today that I know knows Guardians, like personally. And I saw the person come in and I didn't say anything. And I want to thank you for listening and, you know, and all the things. And all the things. And I'll finish up by saying, Snark, best way to handle high blood pressure is to not get all excited on TikTok. It really isn't worth it. I showed you how to show receipts today on GoFundMe's. I showed everybody the whole process of what's going on with the GoFundMe refunds. It's called transparency. But unfortunately, with some people, it doesn't matter how transparent you are. They're still not going to believe you. But I'm still going to show it because that's what I do. I'm transparent with that shit. So everybody have a wonderful weekend, though. I am not planning on coming on the weekends. I try not to do that. I may be in people's lives listening, but unless something very serious comes up that I feel like I need to go live about, I won't be on here during the weekends to let you guys know that. So I hope everybody does have a good weekend. It is freaking freezing here. I hope everybody in New England has hunkered down because I still think it's below freezing right now here. It is not nice out. I hope all y'all down south are much warmer. I hope you have a great weekend and take care of yourselves and don't trust anybody on this app. Take care. Bye-bye.